was going to kind of start.
From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm a Raider. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm so nation. No matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm a Raider. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm so nation. No matter the location. This got the 83 feel, it's time to run it back. We struck gold with in gold in our running back. Josh Jacobs, he a specialist. He personifies commitment to excellence. He our next Bogo, he our next Allen. I'm watching receivers drown on Mullen Island. Yeah, y'all know the drill was Littleton in the middle. This shit just got real. Look, we Super Bowl bound. I'm just an honest man. Chuck you back to return us to the promised land. Rest in peace, Al. You the GOAT, bro. NFL had Jerry West, you the logo. And I'm I pledge allegiance to Oko, LA Coliseum and Allegiant. And I'm I pledge allegiance to Oko, LA Coliseum and Allegiant. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm a Raider. Ain't shit you can tell me, I'm so nation. No matter the location.
Raider Nation, what's going on? We are live here on the Raiders Report, and today's show is presented by Panda Supps. You can go ahead and save 40% off at pandasupps.com as long as you use code Raider Nation. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they got the number 17 overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. And as it stands right now, the Arizona Cardinals, they are on the clock after the New England Patriots just selected Mac Jones. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be waiting for the Raiders to take their pick. Once the Raiders make their pick, we're just going to be doing a live and interactive kind of breakdown of how y'all are feeling, and I'm going to let you know how I'm feeling as well. So as always on any show, if you guys could help me out a ton, please go ahead and like the video. It helps us out a lot here at Chat Sports. We got 733 people watching, only 108 likes, and as well, the more likes we get, the more people are going to start tuning in, the more crazy we're going to get here on today's show. And if you could, please as well, seriously, hit that share button underneath and let's get this party started. So I already see we got a few super chats that just came in from Jack Bishop, and much love to y'all. So what's happening now? The Raiders, we're almost on the clock, and actually the Arizona Cardinals, their pick is already in. So I am curious to see what ends up happening here for them, because realistically, Arizona could go a few different ways here from top to bottom. Some of the super chats that just came in, Jack Bishop, Klissman Michael, shout out to Derek Constantino, William Blair, already all rolling in here on the Raiders Report. We got 904 people watching, 344 likes. The question is this: who do you want the Las Vegas Raiders to take? I was watching Micah Parsons fall down the board, and I was like, you know what? Man, if Parsons keeps falling down there, this could be a pretty interesting pick here for the Raiders. Right now, as it stands, I mean, the guy that I want is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker from Notre Dame. Or you could throw out a name like Trevon Merrick, safety from TCU. I see some people typing right now, Tevin Jenkins down there in the comments. What up, Mr. Greekend? Appreciate you. William Blair says, go get Julio Jones and Aaron Rodgers. I will say this, though. I am a little bit nervous about Arizona taking Joke for the simple fact of the player that I thought was going to fall to them was Jaycee Horn. He actually was the first offensive player overall taken, number 8 overall by the Carolina Panthers. So now we're sitting here, and the question I'm going to ask y'all, who do you want the Raiders to pick? I want Jeremiah, I want Joke, and I want everyone right now in the comments section spamming Joke. What up, Andy Garcia Ortiz says, Mitch, shout out to my brother Evan. Please yell, Raiders! Shout out to you, my man. Also, shout out to Todd0864. Much love. Appreciate everyone watching right now. So as it stands, I was actually also hoping for a guy like Rashawn Slater to fall down. The New York Jets, they traded up with the Minnesota Vikings to pick number 14. They wanted to go out and get a versatile offensive lineman, which they were ultimately able to get, and Alijah Vera-Tucker. But for right now, we're sitting here, we're wondering who could fall to the Raiders. And when you look at the last few seasons, the first people, Brett, please look at Slack. The first people that the Raiders took last season, it was really kind of up and down. There's no doubt about that. Like, Henry Ruggs was an okay pick. And then you talk about somebody like a Damon Arnett was also kind of an up and down pick, right? But for the Raiders here, I don't know if you can go with a wrong move, but I am hoping that it turns out and be a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But if he's off the board, I'll tell you what, I'm going to start getting pretty nervous. Shout out to Nicholas Rubio. Appreciate the $5 super chat, man. He says, Give me the joke. Let's go Raiders, or right tackle is cool too, Mitch. Love the show. Let's get the playoffs in the season. Vegas, baby. Zornell, appreciate the super as well. I'm waiting to get the pick in, and as soon as we get it, we'll be able to break it all down for you here on the Raiders Report, and then we will get into what Las Vegas is thinking about doing here. I am hoping that it is going to be joke. How's everyone doing so far? Let me know what you're sipping on in the comments section. We would appreciate it if you did. If you're over 21, that is. Hopefully you're sipping on something a little bit cold here. So we have a bunch of supers. Michael Lopez, go Raiders. My son Wyatt will be home or be born in a few months. Shout out to him. Zornell Malone says, you want the defensive tackle from Alabama. Okay, I could see that. A guy like Christian Barmore. Personally, I would wait a little bit longer on him. Nicholas Rubio, give me the joke. I'm with you there, dude. We got also a lot of people. Gukas Pride, shout out to you. If you guys want a super chat, we'll put you on the show. Todd just says, Mitch, again, we're going to do it as much as we can, but the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to take linebacker Zaven Collins to play Sam linebacker, and that's going to be a replacement for Hassan Reddick, which means Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he has left here on the board. So if the Raiders want to get the linebacker from Notre Dame, they have the ability to do so. In terms of Zaven Collins, this has been a player that we've actually talked about multiple times on the Raiders Report. A pretty solid defender. He won Defensive Player of the Year last season. Some people might knock him for not being the most athletic dude, but you can't really deny the numbers, and anytime somebody wins Defensive Player of the Year from Tulsa, you're at least going to be looking here. So what I'm curious about is this. I want you to be honest, okay? Who do you want the Raiders to draft? Because the Las Vegas Raiders, they are on the clock as it stands right now, and I am really, really hoping that it turns out being the player that we all want. Now, if you haven't already, please go ahead, like the video. It helps us out a ton here. And then as soon as the pick is over, we will go ahead, we will break it down, and it's pretty simple. My boss has told me this. The more super chats come in, the more people are watching on the Raiders Report, the longer I can stay live. We are also live on our main YouTube channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv, which right now we have over like 20,000 people watching. So if I go back over there, please go check it out. But it's simple. The more likes, the more super chats we get on today's show, the longer I can stay live for. And if I'm being honest with you, I would like to stay live for a pretty long time here. So today's show is made possible by my good friends, Panda Sups. My guy, Merbod, he is a diehard Raider fan, and don't tell Chat Sports this, but Chat Sports only got a 35% discount code. He hooked us up with a 40% discount code because that's how much he loves the silver and black. So go to pandasups.com, use code RaiderNation, where you guys can save on the best workout supplements out there. If anybody out there has a sweet tooth, their protein is the best, sweetest protein you'd ever have. I'm a big fan of the fruity cereal. You can also try chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream, 30 grams of protein per scoop. And shout out to Panda Sups, pandasups.com. All right, so let's go through here the draft real quick. The pick that really stands out to me is Trey Lance at number 3, which was pretty surprising. A player that I was really hoping that would fall to the Raiders, somebody like Penei, Sewell, the first defensive player off the board, actually went to Carolina at number 8 overall. Then the Broncos, they took cornerback Patrick Surtain. The Eagles traded up for Devonta Smith. The Bears traded up for Justin Fields, which I thought was pretty surprising. And then Micah Parsons, he ended up falling to the Cowboys at 12. Rashawn Slater went to the Los Angeles Chargers. The New York Jets traded up for Alijah Vera-Tucker. Mac Jones fell all the way to New England. I mean, if you're a Patriots fan, and I hate to say it because it absolutely kills me, if you're a Patriots fan, you got to be absolutely ecstatic about that value. And then Zaven Collins, I like him a lot, but I do think it was a little bit of a reach for him to end up going at 16 overall. So what do you guys think about this? Should the Raiders trade down? True or false? The Raiders should trade down. Now, there's been some reports out there. I've also been somebody that said multiple times that, like, hey, if there's a team that wants to end up trading up for somebody, I'm okay with it, because if I'm being real with y'all, if I could get a late round, first round pick and then like another second round pick to patch up some of these holes for this team, I'm on board. One of the teams rumored to be willing to trade up recently was actually the New Orleans Saints. If you remember, I did a show about 2 weeks ago about the Saints trading up with the Raiders, where I actually had them giving up their second round and their first round pick to get up to number 17. There was a report out there by Mayock that said, hey, he might not like some of the guys on the board here. If it's me, I go Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. However, if the Raiders aren't sold on him and they want to trade back, and get more picks where you could potentially get a Trevon Merrick and then like a Tevin Jenkins at the back of the first and then early second, I would definitely be on board for that. But, oh man, there's only 2 minutes left here on the clock. So you guys know what to do if you watch the show. We are the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube, but it's because of the nation. It's because we like to get down here. So what I want you to do is start spamming in the chat where you're watching from right now in your city. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video. The Raiders pick is in, and as soon as I get it, I promise you, we're going to be breaking it down for you here. So let me know down in the comments where you guys are watching from. I would appreciate it. I'm located in Dallas, Texas, and if anybody plans to come to Dallas, Texas for the Raiders game, you better believe you better hit me up, and we better go ahead and get a few beers here. So let me know. I got some people from Oakland, Las Vegas. We got California, Merced, Los Angeles, Beach, Garden, Fresno. Shout out to X-Toxic saying that they're hoping for Jock Merrick or Tevin Jenkins here. Hawaii, more people saying East Los Angeles, Chicago. Continue to let us know. We got 2,287 people watching, 750 likes. Let's get the likes up on this video. Come on, I know you guys can do it. If you're excited for the Raiders pick here, seriously, like the video. Let me know who we're going to go out and get. The top guy that I want, and I'm a little bit nervous to say it because I said it last year. I said I wanted X player, and the Raiders literally didn't take anybody that I wanted, and hopefully they're watching the show tonight and they see everyone saying, hey, I want either Tevin Jenkins, or hey, I want somebody like Joke, or hey, I want somebody like Trevon Merrick. Like, those are the 3 picks that I think the Raiders need to go with here. Maybe somebody like a Christian Darrisaw could be an interesting option, who played a lot of left tackle at Virginia Tech, but I mean, we'll see what happens here. The reason why I want Joke is because not only can he play linebacker, he can also go, oh man, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't like the pick. I'm just going to warn you right now. It's an offensive tackle, and it's not the guy that I wanted, and yet again, the Raiders are reaching on somebody. Oh man, I don't like it. No, he's a tackle. But why? And the Raiders yet again show that they have no idea what they're doing in the 2021 NFL Draft. Just really, really frustrating. They actually ended up going with Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle / guard from Alabama. I mean, this was like my 5th ranked offensive lineman on the board. I mean, you just see time and time again, for whatever reason, the Raiders just take the guy that they want. I mean, they could have gotten him. I'm not kidding you. This is somebody that you could have gotten in the 2nd round at pick number 48. So I've been saying for a very, very long time that if these picks ultimately don't work out, I'm going to start turning up the heat on Gruden and start turning up the heat on somebody like Mike Mayock, because for you to take Alec Leatherwood, not that he's a bad player, but it's not somebody that you take in round 1. It's not somebody that you go ahead and realistically make this move for. So what's your instant reaction to the pick? I hate to say that I am surprised, but I am surprised by the pick, but I'm also not, because when you look at Gruden, when you look at Mayock, what they've done the last few years, the fact that they ended up doing this, I am kind of pissed off right now. Like, it does not make a lot of sense to me, because it's a need. It is a need, but Christian Darrisaw still on the board. Like, if you're going to go tackle, if you're going to go guard, like, why would you do this? Like, he's going to end up being your right tackle. Like, that's where he's going to play. But, like, he played a little bit of left tackle at Alabama, but you're still putting somebody at right tackle, and there's other players that were better. I mean, let's just be real. Christian Darrisaw is an upgrade. Tevin Jenkins is a better player. And instead, you decide to go with somebody who would have been available in round 2. Now, here are his measurables. He's 6'4", 312 pounds. The arms is impressive. You know, big hands, this and that. Like, but at the end of the day, you have yet again another reach. So, pretty frustrating from top to bottom, no doubt about it. And I'm seeing a lot of super chats coming right now. A lot of frustration. As a reminder, today's show is presented by Panda Sups. If you guys want to get in the best shape of your life, if you want to make sure that you got some high-quality vitamins to make you think the way that you should, maybe John Gruden and Mike Mayock should have taken some of these, you can go to pandasups.com, promo code. You ready for this one? Raider Nation. It's going to save you 40% off. So with Alex Leatherwood being the pick here for the Las Vegas Raiders, also we're giving a major shout out to Panda Sups, who's making today's show possible. Again, the code is Raider Nation, 40% off, pandasups.com. The Las Vegas Raiders have selected Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama, with the number 17 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Today's show presented by Panda Supps. If you're looking for the best high-quality protein workout supplements on the market, go to pandasupps.com, code RaiderNation to save 40% off. So with this pick here, Alex Leatherwood is a good player, but as you can see, he's like an offensive guard / offensive tackle. He is going to end up playing right tackle for this Raiders team. At least that's how I personally believe him. He is a grade 2 pick. I don't really understand the move here, why the Raiders decided to go this route. He would have been available in round 2, but yet again, you see the Raiders reaching on somebody that realistically they didn't need to go ahead and reach for. Like, I really believe if you wanted him at pick 48, he would have been there at pick 48. Instead, you're passing on guys like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. You pass on somebody like Trevon Merrick. You pass on a lot of other talented tackles like Christian Darrisaw, like Tevin Jenkins. Like, the reason why when I broke down my video on my top 13 players that I wanted the Raiders to take, Alex Leatherwood wasn't on the list. Now, was he on the list of players to draft in round 2? Yes, because he was a round 2 type of prospect. So, be honest here. Who would y'all have picked? I want you to comment below, and I want you to spam the chat. Like, I hate being frustrated. Today was the day that I was looking forward to for so long. And the fact that I'm here, and it's Alex Leatherwood, I'm really disappointed in this Raiders organization. So what I'm telling y'all right now, I have been team, it's not time to get rid of Gruden. It's not time to get rid of Mayock. However, if this pick doesn't work out, you're looking at another year where the Raiders threw away a first-round pick. There has not been another team in the National Football League that's had more first-round picks than the Raiders since 2017. And they don't have anything to show for it. It's because they reach on guys like this. He's a good player, but it's not somebody you take in round 1. I need to calm down here a little bit. So luckily, Panda Supps has got some awesome supplements here. Go to pandasupps.com, code RaiderNation. I've been telling people a long time, if you got a sweet tooth and if you need something sweet right now because you're a little bit angry, I don't doubt that. You can go ahead and if you go to pandasupps.com and use that code, I want you to try out their protein. Their vanilla ice cream is really good. Their fruity cereal is like literally tasting like the milk on the bottom of a Fruit Loops bowl. Like, it's absolutely insane to me. If you want to go out and check out their pre-workout, I actually just got some Natural Fierce pre-workout, which I definitely recommend here. Also, a product like their Thermogenics. It's like a fat burner. Also very good. Like, if you guys are really just trying to get into the best shape of your life, the pre-workout, all of it, and with the code, you can save a lot of money. So usually the pre-workout here, that one is mango flavored. This one is pink lemonade. It's usually $60. You can get it for only $35.99. And they just released some brand new nootropics, so I was really excited about this. If you guys are gamers out there, I promise you, go ahead and take a scoop of that, and you're going to be absolutely wired. It's why I have so much energy all the time, because I take Panda Supps right before I come on the Raiders Report, and then we're ready to break everything down for you. All right, y'all, so the Raiders, they could have gone a few different directions here. They decided to address one of their bigger needs, and I understand that he's listed as a guard, but he's also going to be a right tackle here for the Raiders. And this is going to be a guy where I really think, like, if you want to think about a good comp in terms of a player, Denzel Good, he can do a lot of different things for you. You're going to slot in Leatherwood as your starting right tackle. That means then you can kick over Denzel Good to right guard where the Raiders wanted him to play. It's going to be a battle between Alec Mack and then Andre James at center. Richie Incognito is still going to be your starting left guard, and then Colton Miller is going to be your starting left tackle. But I'm live right now here on the Raiders Report. We got over 2,200 people watching, and everyone's kind of saying the exact same thing. WTF. They're also spamming JOK because they wanted Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But yet again, I'm sitting here saying the Raiders draft in the first round. Kind of like an absolute joke to me. So if you want Raiders grades and more draft reaction, please go ahead and subscribe right now to the Raiders Report as soon as this video ends, okay? We're going to be doing a lot more other, Raiders videos here. But tonight, I'm going to be doing my Raiders draft grades and a draft reaction, which is basically what y'all are kind of seeing now. Plus, I'm going to be telling you who the Raiders should go out and pick in round 2 at number 48. Because after the pick that they just had here, a lot of disappointment. There's no doubt about it from the rest of Raider Nation. But if you want my inside knowledge on who I think they're going to take at number 48 or number 79 and 80, because day 2 is going to be tomorrow, and I will be here to be able to break all these things down for y'all. But the fact that it was Alex Leatherwood when you had so many other players on the board, I mean, we're all pretty shocked here. And I mean, there's a lot of people saying, I can't believe that Christian Darrisaw and Tevin Jenkins are still on the board, and you go ahead and take Leatherwood. Now, last season, He allowed 3 sacks, 4 hits allowed, 9 hurries, and 16 pressures. If you want somebody who could be a high type of high ceiling type of prospect, that's what he is. And I'm not trying to take that away from him. The frustration comes from this. It's just you had other needs. You had other players on the board, and you just go back to doing exactly what you shot yourself in the foot for. This is the exact same reason why all offseason I was like, you know what? If you want to trade your first-round picks, go ahead and do it, because you have not been able to show to me that you have the capability or the knowledge to actually take somebody that you should take with your picks. Now, Leatherwood's a reach. It's not even close to a big of a reach as somebody like Damon Arnett last year, but the issue is this. When Gruden falls in love with somebody or when Mike Mayock falls in love with somebody, they ignore all people around them, and they just go ahead and do with what they want. That's not how you run a football organization. That's not how you run a winning football organization. So Tom Downey had him ranked 6th overall in terms of his offensive guards. Like, if you want to talk about offensive linemen, I mean, Tom actually just had him as a guard. Like, that should warn you even more. 32 overall prospects. So out of all the prospects here, he was the 32nd ranked. Tom had a grade 2 rank on him, which kind of makes some sense. Like, he just had him as a little bit more of a later on guy. But you're taking, again, a player who should have gone in round 2. You take him in round 1. And I feel like I've said that now 100 times here. But I still just can't believe, after all the hard work our chat sports team did, after all the videos that we've put together here, after everyone who I really, really, truly respect amongst the Raiders community, this is the pick that you go with. If somebody would have told me this a week ago, I probably would have laughed in your face. And I would have been like, you know what, ma'am? I don't really think Gruden and Mayock would be that dumb. So here's how the board fell. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, no surprises. Trey Lance, that was a little bit of a shocker there, right? Jaylen Waddle went number 6 overall to the Miami Dolphins. Jaycee Horn was the first defensive player off the board, the Carolina Panthers. But this is where I was started to be like, okay, the Raiders, they're going to get somebody that they want. Patrick Surtain's gone. Devonta Smith's gone. Justin Fields. And then Micah Parsons got picked. I was like, okay, that still means Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still on the board. Rashawn Slater then went. Then the Jets traded up for Alijah Vera-Tucker, Mac Jones, Zaven Collins. I mean, this set up perfectly, I think, for the Raiders here. And unfortunately, they dropped the ball yet again, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong. However, when I go back and I look at my last 3 years of doing NFL draft coverage, I don't really think I've been wrong too often. So we'll see what happens with Alex Leatherwood. But what is your instant reaction to the pick? And I want you to give me like that one-word reaction. As a reminder, if you swear on YouTube, it's going to get blocked. I don't want you to get blocked. It's not worth it. If you feel like cursing, type WTF. If you feel like cursing, go ahead in the comments section and type Tom. All right, y'all, let's start giving some shout-outs here. I'm seeing a lot of fire Grudens here. Seeing a lot of WTFs. James says, F John Gruden. WTF from David. Ken Alexander says, F. I mean, the only things I see right are fire Gruden. And I've been doing this show for a long time, and I've been saying, you know what, it's not time to fire Gruden. If this pick doesn't work out, I know the Raiders owe him a lot of money. However, it will be time to move on from John Gruden, in my personal opinion. Like, you can't miss on the draft this many years in a row. I mean, think about 2018. There's the only 2 people left from that 2018 draft left on the roster still are Colton Miller and Marcel Aitman. All your other picks in the middle, they're gone. 2019 was a very good draft, but you still reached on Cleveland Ferrell. You still reached on a guy like Jonathan Abram. Luckily, you found Max Crosby a diamond in the rough. And then 2020 might have been one of the worst drafts I've seen in quite some time, reaching on guys like Damon Arnett, trading away Lynn Bowden Jr. before he even had a chance to play. And then all the other guys you brought in, Tanner Muse, he hasn't been even close to being ready. Just, you're showing me more and more and more that the guys that making these decisions to make picks don't know what they're doing. And that's very frustrating. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of the other picks that actually just happened here. The Miami Dolphins at number 18 went Jalen Phillips, edge rusher from Miami. And then pick number 19, Kentucky, ended up going with Jamin Davis, which means the New York Giants, they are on the clock after trading back with the Chicago Bears here. And I think a lot of people are wondering right now, could the Raiders potentially trade up? And there is a rumor going around that they could potentially move on if one of their other players that they want ends up falling to them. But, you know, we'll see what ends up happening here. So we got over 3,000 people watching. Over 1,100 likes, and our super chat revenue is, what, $183. So if you guys want, I got some beers ready to rock and roll. I got some fireball shots ready to go. It's going to be pretty simple here. For $50 super chat, we're taking fireball shots. For $100 super chats, I mean, we'll take 2 at this point. And if you want me to drink some beer, if you guys want to vent a little bit. So here's what we're doing. $5 super chat is going to be me drinking some beer. $10 super chat is going to be a roulette spin. $25 is basically if you want to shout out your Instagram, if you want to shout out your YouTube channel. Like, we got over 3,000 people watching now. I'm just trying to get back to the nation a little bit. $50 super chat is a fireball shot. And the other day, somebody said, Mitch, have you ever thought about mixing protein and then a shot? So I said this. I'm like, okay, if somebody sends in a $100 super chat, I will literally take some Panda Sups protein. I'm going to mix it up with some fireball, and I'm going to get my protein in because at this point, man, I am getting kind of hungry. We've been here for quite some time. So Sergio says, stop reaching. Appreciate you. Cheers to the nation. I think we all can agree. We need this one really, really bad. Wow, that's frozen. No, it's literally frozen. Oh, my God. So producer Brett just handed me a slushie. Oh, it's been an absolute shit show the last few minutes here. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and also subscribe to the Raiders Report. We got over 2,800 people watching. We are the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube because of the live interaction that we do. Plus, we go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, which, again, we will be live coming up here. And we drop daily videos. So daily videos around all things going on around the Raiders. And I'm so mad right now that this is the pick that it's just kind of throwing me off a little bit. So you know what? I'm going to calm down. We're going to have a good time. We're going to enjoy the rest of this draft process, and it's simple. The more likes this video gets, the more super chats this video gets, the longer that I can stay live for. So if you guys want me to stay live, please go ahead and continue to support the show, and let's get wild. I want this thing to turn into Kenyon Drake 2.0. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this. When Kenyon Drake's show happened, it was just a normal signing that we did for like 3 hours, made like 2,500 in super chats, and I got completely wasted. At this point, let's get to Kenyon Drake 2.0 here. So super chat time. If you guys want to throw them on here, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of different things, and we're just going to try to just figure out what the hell is going to happen here. So we're at $225.48 in terms of super chats, and I promised everyone that, hey, when we get to 200 super chats, we're going to play a game called Do or Drink, and it's pretty simple. Whatever this card says, I either got to do it or I take a drink. So it says, guess which player has a condom with them currently. If you get it right, they drink. If you get it wrong, you drink. So I don't have a condom on me, so that means I'm going to guess producer Brett, but I also don't, I know he doesn't because he just got snipped. So I'm going to take a drink. So cheers to y'all. Of course, the first one I get is the one that I made sure that was going to be in the group with everyone else, but that's fine. It's all good. So if you guys send in a super chat, the more supers we get here, once we get to 300 in super chats, we get more games going on. I mean, at this point, let's just get wild. Can we just hire you as head coach for $10 super chat? So $10, I'll go in my roulette wheel here, and it comes out. Oh, my God, I got to do another do or drink. So do or drink. Here we go. Hopefully this one's a little bit better. Guess which player has had a threesome. If you get it right, they drink 3 times. I've never had a threesome. So, Brett, have you ever had a threesome? Brett's never had a threesome. All right, so I'll take a drink. So I think maybe some of these were built for more people. So in the future, I'm just going to ask you the question. If you guys think that I've done it, we'll just say Y for yes, N for no. All right, next super chat's coming in here from Gary Marsh. What up, Gary? Gruden and Mayock have ruined this team. They burned every pick from the Mack and Cooper trades and already an F in this draft. Alex Leatherwood, are you kidding me? This is horrible. Gary, I'm with you, and I hate being that guy. But a lot of times, like, when you go back and look at now the pick of Khalil Mack, we did lose that trade. Like, did we get Josh Jacobs? Yes, but you also got somebody who's probably the least important position on the offense. Like, I love Josh. He is a phenomenal running back. But I'll tell you what, man, they have really, really kind of burned this team here. There's no doubt about it. So I got a shot, so I got to take a shot of Fireball, and I have a feeling that this is going to be gone. Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Gary, appreciate the super chat, my dude. So I want to give some more shout-outs here to everyone watching. We got 2,698 people, 1,310 likes. The next pick off the board, the New York Giants take Kadarius Toney, wide receiver from Florida. I mean, I'll tell you what, it was pretty, like, not that it was pretty crazy early on because it was kind of chalky in terms of like the early on picks, but then once the trade started happening, that's when it got fun. And like that's what we anticipated. I like Kadarius Toney. He's a good player out of Florida. However, that's actually not the player that I personally would have went with if I was the New York Giants. Like I like guys like Rashad Bateman a little bit more. I'm also a bigger fan of somebody like Terrace Marshall Jr., but Kadarius Toney maybe is a better fit for what the Giants are trying to do. They did just move on from somebody like Golden Tate. Maybe you're trying to look for a Golden Tate replacement, but I don't know about you. I think Golden Tate's just a short term for Golden Tate. All right, what up? We got another super chat coming in here. Yeah, we already did that one. We got Christian J. Rivera. It's like watching all your homies get the baddies, and you're the one taking one for the team, banging the human whale. Well, I don't know if you're talking about experience, but maybe I should have said that you're the one with the condom. And if you need somebody to jump on a grenade, Christian J. Rivera, that's your guy. All right, let's go to Sune. What up, brother? Have a shot of J&J COVID shot via a syringe. I think you mean Johnson & Johnson, I believe is what you're going with. Instead, I'm just going to take a little swig of Fireball just because I feel like I need it at this point. I don't know if you guys see underneath, but if once we reach $300 in Super Chats, that means I'm going to go ahead and take another shot. So if that encourages you guys to get wild with me. And as a reminder, when I drink, you drink. It's as simple as that. All right, bring back Reggie. Trade Gruden again. Yeah, I'm starting to get sick of Gruden. I'm not going to lie with you. Need a beer after that pick. I have a lot of beer, and luckily Brett gave me these new slushy beers that Miller Lite just came out with, apparently, where they are super, super thick. And we just hit 300, so shout out to you. All right, what do we got here? We got, this one's from Coach All Day. It's one of my OGs right here. We got, if Merrick is there in the late 20s, I'm trading back into the first. How much to sponsor the show? Well, Coach All Day, I would say this. If you want to be the official sponsor of next week's live Raiders report, the number that we were doing before was 200. However, I hate to break it to you, and I'm just saying it because I'm just being honest. It's going to have to be like 500. And just because we have other sponsors we got to get to. If it's too much, I get it. But if you want to be the official sponsor on next Tuesday's live Raiders report show, it's going to have to be a 500 super just because we have other sponsors now. And I can't just take them off their airtime. I hope you understand. I wish it could be a little bit different at times, but it's all good. But I'm with you. I think if Merrick does end up falling down here, you have to get at least a little bit interested in the idea of like being, okay, is this an actual opportunity for me to go up and get somebody that we wanted? But at this rate, I don't know what Mayock and Gruden are going to do because you still got Joke on the board. You still have Trevon Merrick on the board. Like, there's some really talented players there. But I don't want to sit here and act like I know what Gruden and Mayock are going to do because it's year in and year out. They do what you shouldn't do, and it's really as simple as that. So, all right, guys, I owe you a super shot. I owe you a shot because of the super chat y'all sent in, so give me a sec. Ooh, boy. All right. So if you guys want to get your questions featured here on the show, you got to use hashtag Raiders or super chat. We got, 2,651 people watching live right now. We also have goals for likes as well, so keep that in mind. So we're at 1,300 likes. Once I hit 1,500 likes, I think we're going to do like a roulette wheel spin or something. It's in the chart. I'm not 100% sure. But once we hit 400 in Super Chats, you guys get another roulette wheel spin. So the reason why we are live here is obviously the 2021 NFL Draft and the Las Vegas Raiders with the 17th pick. They ended up going with Alex Leatherwood, a pick that literally shocked the nation. It shocked the world. And if it doesn't shock you, well, then I need you to wake up a little bit. So what we're doing now is we're reacting to the pick. We're trying to be able to connect the dots, figure out why Gruden and Mayock are just really trying to rip the hearts of Raiders fans out of their chest. I don't 100% get it. There was a lot of other players there left on the board that I personally would have went with, but this is where we're at here for the Raiders. So if you guys want to get your questions or comments on the show, go ahead and please super chat. I would appreciate it. Chat Sports Team would appreciate it here, or you can go ahead and comment. I will also say this. We made bets out there about like certain things we would do for a $100 super chat. For those of you that don't know, I did just get a dog, and his name is Chuck. And I told my girlfriend Alex the other day that I would eat a dog treat live on the show for a $100 super chat. So if anybody wants me to see me eat a dog treat, a greenie I believe is the actual term of this, I'll do it for a $100 super chat. So just something to keep in mind here. It's all good, though. All right, so the other picks that are about to happen, the Indianapolis Colts, they're right now on the clock. Then you got the Tennessee Titans, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those are going to be the next four teams. I'm curious to see if the Raiders do decide to trade up here, and as long as guys like Joke and Merrick are still on the board, I do think it's at least a little bit of a possibility. That was a good burp. All right, let's go to Jesse. What up, Jesse? I'm taking a tall drink of Jameson with you after this pick. That sounds pretty damn good to me, man. That sounds pretty good damn to me. Yep, I'm already pretty good damn to me. You see what I mean? All right. What's your honest opinion on Gruden? I think Gruden is a very good leader of men, but he's proving to me that he's not a good head coach. He's also proving to me that he's too stuck in his ways. And in the NFL, you need to be able to find this ever-changing, well, okay, I just got a $100 super chat, so I got to eat a dog bone. We get into this area where in football, you need to be able to switch things up. You need to be able to change. Gruden has not been able to show me that he can do that yet. So as it stands right now, if the Raiders don't come away with a winning season this year after another failed first-round pick, I'm telling you, I'm going to get rid of him. And then I got to figure out what to do with the Chucky head, so that remains to be seen. All right, let's go to David Brown. 3 years in a row, why not trade back in the late first and still get Leatherwood? That's the issue. If that's the guy you wanted, figure out a way to trade back. But honestly, I think he would have been there at 48. Let's go to Ricky Harrison. Why is everyone surprised? We do this every year, Las Vegas Reachers. I hate that that's a thing, but yeah, man, I'm with you. I don't understand how we could potentially do that year in and year out. It's very, very frustrating. Let's go to King Ching. Okay, what's good, Mitch? Shout out from Riverside. As always, love the show and all the producers do for the nation. Cheers. King Ching, Riverside, Cali, I think you mean, because I'm actually from Riverside, Pennsylvania. So shout out to the 570. Shout out to Cali. Let's go to Robert. Here's to drinking the pain away. Yep. All right, everyone down in the comments, let me know what you're sipping on right now. And if you're over 21, please, we got to figure out how to, heal this, because I don't want to start a petition to fire Gruden. And I hate that I'm already saying it. We're in April. We're not even in, we're talking already about firing Gruden. That's how angry we are. Not good, man. Not good. All right, y'all. So as promised, I said for a $100 super chat, I would eat a dog bone. And I am going to go ahead and eat a dog bone. So again, this is a greenie, not a sponsor of the show, but they are supposed to be able to take care of your dog's teeth. And I'm hoping that doesn't taste that bad, but what do you got? Okay, perfect. So the Raiders also, shout out to Panda Subs for being an awesome sponsor. If you use promo code WTF Raiders, you can save 40% off at Panda Subs. So if you want to go ahead and make that. All right, y'all. So I said for a $100 super chat, I'm going to eat a dog bone. If you guys want to go ahead and post this on Instagram, you can tag me at MitchellRens365. You can also tag at It's Chuck the Pup, because he's probably going to be pissed and I'm eating a snack. So here we go. Oh, my God. It's so hard. It's going to take me a minute. It doesn't taste bad, but it's so hard. That's what she said. I know. All right. So what I want you guys to do, like the video. Oh, my God. This is so bad. This is bad choice. All right, hang on. If anybody out there has a dog and you give them these, they're so hard to chew. It's like frozen caramel. Dude, hang on. I can't swallow it. Alright, this is not what we normally do on the Raiders Report, and I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again, but hang on. This is a horrible, horrible production. Alright. That was terrible. I'm just going to be honest. So, if you send in another $100, I'll do the other half of it, but I don't want to hear myself chew for 2 straight minutes on the Raiders Report. I'm just going to be honest with you. So, because I couldn't eat the whole thing, because it sounds, and my biggest pet peeve is hearing people chew. I just had to listen to myself chew for a minute. So I'm going to give you a shot of Fireball for also a little bit. That was, oh my God. Honestly, if it wouldn't have been so damn chewy, and if it wouldn't have taken me a minute to get it down, it wouldn't have been as bad. That was rough, though. But hey, What's not like that and what's really smooth to end up getting down is Panda Sups. So go to pandasups.com and use code WTF Raiders after their Alex Leatherwood pick. I just felt like I was chewing on some Leatherwood. There's no doubt about that with that dog treat. Luckily, Panda Sups has unbelievable products that are really going to help you guys stay in the best shape of your life here. And the reason why I really like it, the guy who owns Panda Sups, he is a diehard fan, and he texted me. He's like, what the f-? He's just changed the promo code right on the spot. Like, that's the type of people that you're going to get here. Plus, the other thing that I really, really like about Panda Sups, and they're doing something special today, the first 100 people, okay, 100 people to spend $100, you also get a free Panda Sups hat. So they just released these brand new hats, and I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. They're pretty clean. Like, they look really freaking awesome here. And I know we have actually a graphic, Brett, but it's all good. We do have a graphic about, like, it's like the first 100 people. But the hats, overall, they fit great. And if you spend over $100, which is literally like 3 tubs of protein, and with the promo code, like, you save a lot of money. But you get a brand new snapback Panda Sups hat. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not normally a hat guy, but that's pretty sick. That's pretty clean. So if you guys want a brand new hat for free, they're usually like $25. You just got to spend over, I think it's like $100 there at Panda Sups. And again, the code is WTF Raiders. But I literally just bought, what was it? I'm not kidding you when I say this. I literally just bought like 6 tubs of protein. So I'm good for a little bit. But he also just hooked me up with a whole bunch of their other products as well. Pandasups.com, code WTF Raiders. All right, y'all, so we got 2,451 people watching. If you want to continue the show going, it's pretty simple. More super chats that come in, the more I can continue to sit here and talk. Rogers the Iceman. Don't call me the Iceman, right? Would you prefer to pick an offensive tackle from Notre Dame like Liam Eichenberg in the second round to address the right tackle need? Yeah, I'm 100% with you. If you were going to take an offensive tackle, you don't take Alex Leatherwood at pick 17. That's a major, major reach here. So I don't really like it. I don't know if Gruden's just like talking to certain people from Alabama and they're like, oh, because he went to Alabama. Like, no, it's just it's not what I was looking for. All right, what do we got here? We got Papaya Man 89. I would draft nothing but defense going forward, but then again, you never know with Malcolm Gruden. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, the first round pick either should have been somebody like a Christian Darrisaw or Tevin Jenkins, or you go nothing but defense. Instead, the Raiders show us their true colors again and just make a boneheaded move. Zornell, don't need another first round. Will be a reach again. I'm with you. Get rid of your first round picks at this point. I mean, if you're just going to throw them away, what good is it? Let's go to Jordan Moore. I really think they pull names out of a hat. I'm sick. I mean, imagine just being like, all right, oh, that's what we're going to go with. Like, that's what it feels like to me. It's stupid. It's just stupid. All right, we got Tom Downey has great tits. Oh, man. I'm sipping. All right, we're not even, that's just ridiculous. What up, Joshua? Wubba lubba dub dub. Drink up, bud. Looks like a tasty treat. Shout out to you. If anybody knows Rick and Morty, like, that's my show right there. Jake Castro, quick shout out to you. Appreciate you watching the show. If you guys are new to the channel, because I am seeing some new people come in, we do shows like this literally like all the time. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. New live videos. Basically, anytime breaking news happens around here. But if you're looking for the latest news and rumors around the Las Vegas Raiders, I promise you, there's not another channel out there like what we do. I mean, we're built on interaction. We're built on trying to have a good time, which is, I think, something that we do very, very well. But the show is built on giving the nation a voice. So, like, instead of just being frustrated, going to a bar and just crying out your sorrows to a bunch of your other friends that don't like the Raiders, like, you come here, we vent, we talk about what's happening, and, like, that's how you get better as an organization. That's how you get better as a franchise. That's how you get better as a fan base. Maybe somebody's just got to start sending this link to Gruden because he's obviously not watching right now. All right, I got another super chat coming in here from Christian. With the 28th pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select Big Al, mascot from Alabama. I mean, if the Raiders trade up at this point, they trade up for 28. I don't know. I don't even want to sit here and try to predict what they're going to do because it just shows to me that they just don't know what they're doing. They don't. All right, we got Robert. It's one of my OGs. What up, Robert? Appreciate you. Much love. Send love to the family. Relax. Leatherwood is a day one starter, gigantic right tackle. He's a day one starter. He's athletic. Stop tripping. We need to keep DC up the way they're falling. We're going to get a good player. So here's the issue, though. You could have gotten him in round 2. Like, I guarantee you Alex Leatherwood, with the way that the board was falling, he was going to be there at 48. But he's a good player. Like, I'm not trying to take that away from him. It's just, if you're going to try to have this A-plus type of draft, which that's the type of person I am, I don't like to reach on anything. I don't like feeling that I didn't get a good value for something. That's the issue here. You can't sit here and tell me that Alex Leatherwood at 17 was good value. If you do, I'm going to call you crazy. But, hey, it's all good. All right, use hashtag Raiders or go ahead and super chat here. We got Sergio, Darrisaw, Jenkins, and Cosme were better options at offensive tackle. Leatherwood was drafted only because he's from Alabama. Stop drafting based on college team. I don't want to say that that's what the Raiders do, but kind of what they've shown me the last 3 years is kind of that's what they do. Like, they went all Clemson. They went a lot of Alabama, and now this year, I mean, if that's the route that they go, like, I get Alabama's a great team, and I get Alex Leatherwood's a good player. But I am kind of with you in this regard where there was a lot of other players, at least on the board, that I personally would have rather have had. But we'll see. All right, what up, Cortez? Trent Brown was Jamarcus Russell level of laziness. I'm fine with the pick. See, this doesn't have anything to do with Trent Brown, though. Like, I don't even want to talk about Trent Brown. Like, what I'm worried about is you just reached on a player. That's the issue. All right, Alfredo, what up, my dude? Please make me understand this pick. The Raiders have a need at right tackle. They view that their biggest need is right tackle and that Alex Leatherwood is going to be your day one starter. That's the only reason why I could possibly say that that's why you made this pick here. All right, Chosen Art Tattoo. Just finished tattooing. Hopped on the show to see the news. Nothing but disappointed. All right, Chosen. I'll make you a deal, okay? Been thinking about getting an arm sleeve. Come to Dallas. We'll put you on the Raiders report, and we'll get an arm sleeve. If you're into it, let me know. Mitchell Wren's 365. But, no, I'm not kidding. All right, we got Mike Dog 86. WTF, we picked a guy that would be there tomorrow. Missed on another game changer and joke. Frustrating. A lot of frustration here. And again, if you guys want to vent your frustration, like, it's all good. Joke was the guy that we wanted, and oh my God. I'm about to show you all a super chat right now, and I'm just going to apologize well in advance because this is crazy. Oh boy. Mitchell, I have a juicy Kurmami bone for you. The worst part is, I am still picking out parts of this freaking bone tree out of my finger. Like, if you guys don't know, I just ate a dog treat for a $100 super chat, and I still have the other half here, and I will eat the other half, and we'll do it half off at 50 bucks at this point, just because I feel bad. I like really predicate myself on being like a man of my word, and I said I'd eat the whole treat for $100, but nobody in their right mind wants to listen to me chew on anything for 2 minutes. Like, and if you do, you look a lot like Tom Downey's Juicy Titties or whatever the fuck his name is. Let's go to Waddle 14. My one-word reaction is expected. Gruden suffers from Clembama-itis. They also value players who can play multiple roles as opposed to being great at one position. It has become a pattern. You could not be any more right, and I love the fact that you even say this. So, all right, so I had to pick a name out of a hat. We haven't really been playing that game, so it's I forgot too. So I got Shot Clock. So this game, guys, is pretty simple, and I want you to listen up here, okay? So this is Shot Clock. Shot Clock is this for 30 seconds straight, okay? Every single $30 super chat that comes in for 30 seconds straight, I have to take a shot. Or somebody here at Chat Sports has to take the shot. So starting in 5 seconds, the game starts. And every single $30 super chat that comes in, a shot will be taken here at the Raiders Report studio. Starting in 3, 2, 1. On the clock here, so I'm looking over at my screen. And when the Vikings pick gets down to around 20 seconds, is when we're going to call off the dogs on this one. We got 2,366 people watching, 1,500 likes here on the Raiders Report. We are live here for the 2021 NFL Draft, and we want to be able to have a good time. We were all hoping for a little bit of a different pick, if you will, but it is what it is. We're sitting here wondering what the heck the Raiders are going to do going forward here. But with the 22nd pick, it was Caleb Farley, which meant now the Minnesota Vikings, they were on the clock, but that's a $50 super chat. So, that means he wants me to eat the other dog treat. Like, that's the issue. So, I will eat the other dog treat, and I'm actually hoping at this point somebody sends in some super chats so I can wash this freaking thing down. So, all right. You guys wanted it, so here we go. I'm going to eat the other half of this dog treat. Alfredo, you're literally trying to kill me right now, but okay, there we go. And we got another one, so here we go. All right, hang on. I'm almost trying to see if I could do it in one bite, but I can't do it. Hang on. Well, I can't even break it. Like. All right. So, we got 5 seconds left for the 30 for 30 challenge. Shout to Christ-like to General. This ends worse because of the sticker. If you guys want to get your questions on the show, please use hashtag Raiders for Super Chat. If you want more analysis from weird people eating dog bones on a show, go to youtube.com/Raiders Report, where we'll be able to keep you guys updated here. So once we hit $700 in Super Chats, oh, we've already done it? All right. Now we're at 800. Phenomenal. Now, so I owe you guys a beer chug and a shot. You might as well just go to the 900 one. We're close. All right. Once we get to 900 in Super Chats, I got to take a vodka shot. And if you know me well, I hate, and I mean I absolutely hate, vodka. All right. All right, we're going to go through some Super Chats, and I got to play Drink or Do them. Where do we go from here? I think, honestly, the Raiders either go safety, like a Richie Grant. If Merrick's still there, you could potentially trade up. Could be an option. Oh, my God. All right. Also, shout out to Kaiser. Said drink up. Hang on a second. Oh, man. All right, we're good. We're just clearing some things up here. All right, and I owe you guys a drink or do. Hang on a sec. All right, do an impersonation of DJ Khaled and post it on your story or finish your drink. I can do that. I got to post it on my story, though. All right, y'all. So what we're doing right now is I'm just trying to wait out a little bit, trying to figure out whether or not the Raiders are going to trade up here. So we're going to stay live as long as the Super Chats keep coming in and as long as we continue to have a good time here on the Raiders Report. And I hope everyone is having a good time. If you could do me a big favor, I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to post something on my Instagram story. If you guys want to share it to yours and tell people to come watch us and get the party started. But I got to act like DJ Khaled. So, DJ Khaled, another one. Come to the Raiders Report, live on youtube.com/Raiders Report for another one. People are going to be like, what is this guy talking about? All right, it's all good. So DJ Khaled, he's on it. If you guys could, please go to IG, Mitchell Wren 365. I'd appreciate it here. So I don't know what else I owe. What do I owe here? I know, Brett. I'm trying to figure it out myself. So I'll take some Fireball. Give me a sec. I actually owe a vodka shot. If somebody could. All right, so Brett's going to go get the vodka. We got 2,159 people watching right now. Continue to get your questions on here. I'm going to start giving some shout-outs. Brett's going to go get the vodka here in a little bit. Once we get to $1,000 in Super Chats, I don't remember, what it's going to be. But we're at, $9.79. So got to go get the vodka shot right now. For what's going to happen the rest of today's show is we're going to just, interact with y'all. We're going to try to say what we think the Raiders could do going forward. There is a report out right now that the Raiders could actually potentially trade up. So I'll see what ends up. I need a shot glass, yeah. Oh, my Lord. Again, if we're ever out in public, if you ever see me, do not buy me vodka. Just please don't do it. I'd rather just Fireball or Screwball. Those are my two go-to shots. And if you do show me that you're subscribed to the show, please, the first round is always on me, and I take great pleasure in doing so. Christian Darrisaw, he is now off the board at pick number 23 to the Minnesota Vikings. So another player that had probably some pretty good chance to be a Raider, and unfortunately, oh boy, had a good chance. And yes, Christian Darrisaw, he is officially off the board. So all right, y'all, I owe you a vodka shot, and we're at 999. So once we hit $1,000 in Super Chats, I don't know what it equals, but we'll go ahead and do it. Oh man, Alfredo says whatever it takes. All right, so far today's MVP, I do believe, is Alfredo, and he's absolutely killing it. So, Alejandro was on Chat Sports earlier. He was absolutely killing it. So, 1,000 was what? Fireball shot? Okay. That's where tonight's going. It's fine. That's what happens when you draft Alex Leatherwood, number 17 overall. You get crazy, and that's... People just need to accept that fact. So, 2,100 people watching. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they are now on the clock. I'm curious to see what they end up doing. I think this is where you could potentially see the first running back go off the board, Najee Harris. I could see that out there. But the more and more guys like Merrick slide down the board, the more and more other players start to fall, this is where I think the Raiders could get aggressive here and actually trade back up and try to get somebody. So we got a super chat coming in from Devin. So I'm in Cali and moving to Texas from Cowboys game, so let's go. Hey, if you're coming to Dallas for the Cowboys game, hit me up. I believe there's going to be a Raiders party. I don't know which day exactly, but as long as it's not on Sunday, I will be there. Let's go to Christian J. Rivera, Carl Nassib trade, BS. No, I don't think it's BS. I think it's the Raiders just trying to stir the pot a little bit and saying, like, hey, this is a guy that we don't really want, so we're just going to leak that, hey, that this could potentially be a trade, and if there is trade value out there, some teams will come and call him. Alfredo says, love the show, laugh out loud. I mean, you're by far one of the best viewers that we have around here. I love the commitment that some people have for this show, and it's why that I'm very, very blessed to be able to come in every day and do what I love. So, and look at that. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the pick is in, and they're going to go with running back Najee Harris. So I'll tell you what. Harris there, if you guys like fantasy football, that's going to get pretty interesting. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's go to Robert Kirby. And with the Raiders' second-round pick, we take Ray Finkel. At this point, man, I hope it's just a safety. I hope it's somebody that we can start right away, and I just hope it's not a reach. Because if it's a reach, then I'm going to get pretty upset. But at this point, I just don't know what to think. Let's go to Tom Downey. No, we're just going to shout him out just because he puts the most ridiculous things up on screen. What up, Rudy? Mitch, do you feel like maybe Mayock and Gruden are too smart for their own good? Yes. I think this is the perfect example of two guys that don't want to take outside information or take outside people who are like, hey, but what about this? They're just like, hey, man, listen, I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm talking about, and, like, this is how we're going to go. But I do think this also, if you don't give somebody a guaranteed 10-year contract, they don't make picks like this. Like, Gruden is not scared because I honestly don't think that he feels that he's going to lose his job. But I'm telling you right now, if that pick doesn't work out, I'm going to be pushing for John Gruden to lose his job, which I hate because if you watch the show, Chucky Heads, it's like, I thought Gruden was such a good hire, and it pains me to say that it's really killing me inside. It really, truly is. So for everyone who's just joining us right now, we're live for the 2021 NFL Draft, and we go live for all the big-time events here around, anything going on in the NFL, trades, free agency. Like, we're live here. We're keeping you guys updated on all things going on around the Las Vegas Raiders. And at pick number 17, the Raiders decided to take Alex Leatherwood. So in a show that I thought was like going to be, all right, they took Leatherwood, whatever. Now it's turned into this giant vent fest where if you're frustrated, if you're sitting there wondering, like, what the hell are these guys doing yet again? I want you to go down in the comments. I want you to use hashtag Raiders, vent your questions, and then we're going to start putting them up on screen. If you really want to get on the show, easiest way, I tell all the time, is for people to super chat. It's by far the easiest way. So we got 2,183 people watching, 1,685 likes right now. I'll make you guys a deal, okay? I'll make you guys a deal. Let's get to 2,000 likes. I know it's a stretch. 2,000 likes in the next minute. If you guys can do that, I will take a Corona and I will beer bong it. How about that? Fair enough? 2,000 likes in the next minute, and we're going to take a beer bong. So that's what's going to happen here. A shot? Oh, my God, and a shot. Brett's trying to kill me. That's the issue here. So, technically, though, does that say 2,000? It does say 2,000. Oh, all right, so a shot and a beer bong. If we get to 2,000 likes in the next, I guess, 45 seconds now, so we just got, oh, man, we just got to 18. We got, oh, boy, are we going to do it? Let's know. Come on. All right, let's get some super chats going in here right now. We got some questions. I saw Alfredo. He threw one in there, which It's a pretty good one. Marcus Pratt, fool me once, shame on you. I got to have some of the same level. Like, dude, I think that's the issue, right? Like, last season was like, fool me once. But here we are again, and we're like, well, I honestly think the biggest issue of this entire thing is, like, is anybody surprised? Like, is anyone surprised that the Raiders did it? The answer to that is no. And the fact that it's a no, that's an issue. That's when you really need to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, maybe what we're doing is not right. And if that's the truth, it's time to move on from the guys making those decisions. And, yeah, I'm starting to think that it's time to move on from the guys making those decisions. All right, we got Alfredo. What up, my man? $50 super chat. Since I am messed up as I am, I got to have someone on the same level. I don't know if I'm as messed up as you, but if you keep sending in these supers, we're going to be there. Yeah. Whew, boy. All right, let's go to Philip B. Yo, how many rounds will they do today? And was this, well, they're only going to do one round today. Round 1 today, rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow, rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 on Saturday. And then I'm also going to be here on Sunday for UDFA. So that way, like, you can find all the players like the guys like Alec Ingold, like a Javen White, like a Keelan Doss. You can find these diamonds in the rough, if you will. So, what is this head, Aaron? I don't know. All right, Drink Mitch, sending you love from Tucson, Arizona. Tap out, much love to you, my dude. Appreciate you watching the show. I know you've come across the channel a few times, but at the end of the day, I always love when people just continue to show up. They can continue to support us, what we're doing here, because, you know, we're still a small company, and we are a free company, and we're going to stay free because I think you guys deserve it. So, tap out. Cheers, man. All right, we got Spear. Hey, Mitch, so who are we reaching for in round 2? I mean, that's a great question, right? So, who are we going to reach for? So, if we're going to go safety in round 2, the obvious choices would be somebody like maybe like a Javon Holland, maybe somebody like a Jamar Johnson might even be a little bit of a reach, but I like Andre Cisco. He was my number 5 safety. Let's go Andre Cisco, safety. But the other issue with that is this. For whatever reason, I feel like they only take guys from big-time colleges, right? Like, they only take Alabama players or somebody from a Clemson. Clemson and Alabama, they don't have either of those 2 positions there. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they go with, like, Dylan Moses, linebacker from Alabama, the name value there, which I'll tell you what, I would be so pissed because he's, like, round 5 grade for me. Let's go to Robert. Here's to, is that 200 or 2,000? I can't read it. $2,000 in supers. I'll tell you what. We're 800 away. We had a show before where it was Kenyon Drake. Okay, we hit 2,600 for Kenyon Drake, and that show got wild. Like, I'm talking, we had everyone in the Chat Sports studio completely hammered. Like, I'm telling you, like, you guys absolutely killed everyone. But if we can get there again, I've been told by the bosses, if we can get there again, they're gonna give me the okay. As soon as the chat stops here, then I got to go back to work. And I don't consider this work because I like doing this. So, Robert, I appreciate you, dude. I also, that's the $10 super, so I owe you something. Hang on. We got to pick a name out of the hat. 2 beer sips. 2 beer sips. All right, for 2,000 likes. What do I got to do again? I got to take a shot for 2,000 likes? Oh, man. All right, so we are 34 likes away from me taking another shot. So, shots fired. What will it take to Tom? What will it take to Tom you much as possible? All right, so what would it take to F me up as much as possible? I mean, realistically, if y'all were to send in, I mean, if we get to 2,600 in supers and beat the Kenyon Drake show, like, that's what it's going to take. I mean, the most drunk I've ever been on a show was probably Kenyon Drake. I mean, that was absolutely insane. So if we can get there, Alfredo, I'm probably thinking we'll probably get there. So, Bad Influence 94 RS. What do we got here? We should just trade our first-round pick for a good player every year since they don't know how to use them. Like, so what's funny is a lot of the times when we talked about Aaron Rodgers or Julio Jones or Deshaun Watson at the time, we talked about a lot of these guys, and I had people coming at me. They're like, why would you do that? That's a dumb move. Like, we're moving on from our first-round picks. And it's like, I hate to say it, but I don't trust the Raiders right now to be able to make the proper picks in the draft. And if you can't make the proper picks, why not just go out and get somebody that you know is going to be an absolute slam dunk? So I'm kind of with you. At least I'm starting to get on that route. But here's the issue. You can't get on that route because if you're an NFL organization and you start operating as if you're just going to give away your first-round picks because you can't make them right, like that's not how you do it. You got to get rid of those guys. So I'm kind of with you here. I am pretty frustrated, but I mean, if you can't use your first-round picks right, then shit, it's time to be able to go on and do other things the correct way. So we actually just got a pick here at 25 overall. Travis Etienne, the second running back off the board. I like the pick here. It is a little bit of a stretch, but the more important thing to make note of this is this. The team that I think was the most likely to take Merrick, safety from TCU, was the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they decided to pass on him, and now they took Travis Etienne. So now you got Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. I mean, Etienne is a very good running back, and coming into the year, he was probably my number one running back. So I like him a lot, but this actually gets me excited that if the safeties keep falling down the board, maybe the Raiders actually get somebody if they want. Like, if you could tell me right now, if we get Trevon, like, Merrick and Alex Leatherwood as our top two picks, I'm actually okay with that start. The issue is I just would have switched them. Like that's the bigger issue here. So, all right, chosen art tattoo. I tattoo in Dallas all the time. Let's get it done. Message me at MitchellRen365. Let's get it done. Can he be as good as Colton Miller? Alex Leatherwood? I'm going to say no. But you got to hope that he is as good as, like, I actually think Leatherwood's upside is what Colton Miller is right now. Colton Miller right now, in terms of, like, overall grades, he's like a middle of the road, a little bit above average offensive lineman. Like, that's what he is. Now, do I think he's going to get better? Yes, I do, because Miller has shown every single year that he has gotten substantially better. That's what you're hoping for. When it comes to Leatherwood, though, there was other options that you could have taken that would have been better for you there. So, do I think he could be better than somebody like Colton Miller? No, because he's not nearly the athlete that Colton Miller is. But Leatherwood is a pretty solid player. Probably solid floor, not too high of a ceiling, but we'll see. All right, what up, Alfredo? YouTube isn't letting me super chat anymore. I mean, you just sent in a super chat. It says, let's get Mitch drunk as possible. I see it. It's a $20 super chat. So I know you did. Are they just like, all right, we got to cut this guy off? It's like when you go to a bar and, like, the bartender's like, that guy over there, he needs to get cut off. YouTube has already gone into your comments and seen, like, all right, this guy, he needs to get cut off. Mercedes-Benz. This is one of the very, very, like, this is like top, I don't know, first like 1,000 subscribers here at the Raiders Report. If anybody doesn't know Mercedes, he actually came to the studio one time. We met, really cool dude, and he made this like burner account, Mercedes-Benz. So what I always would tell people is like, hey, if you can go make a burner account around, like, I guess my persona, whoever you think the hell I am, I think it's absolutely hilarious. And if you guys want to do it on Twitter, IG, or on YouTube, I'm just going to be real. Like, we see those names, and those names resonate with us because obviously, there's a connection there. All right, I was pissed when we drafted Colton Miller. Totally fine with it now. Not saying we couldn't have gotten him later, but hopefully he turns out to be just as good. I think this is a very, very positive way of thinking. This is a very glass half, full type of way, where when Miller was picked, I was kind of in the same boat. I was like, he's a good player, but I don't think I would have taken him there. Now I'm very happy with the Colton Miller pick. The issue is this, though. When you're taking guys in round one, you want to have players that can stand out right away for you. You don't want guys you got to wait for 3 years for. And if I'm Derek Carr, I got 2 years left on my contract. I need to be able to show up what I got right now. And that's what the Raiders need to do. They need to show up right now, because if you're waiting 2 years from now, if Derek keeps doing what he's doing and the Raiders don't win, I'm sorry that he's not going to get a contract extension. But Mercedes, I love you, man. Appreciate it, and appreciate the super chat. Let's go to Dre Parker. They trolled us. Yeah, I actually don't know what the idea behind drafting these guys were, but at the end of the day, man, I don't have an answer for you, and until I do, I mean, it is what it is. All right, so we got, I owe you all 3 beer sips. Hang on a sec. All right, let's go to the next super chat coming in here is from Zornell Malone. Fire Chucky. Who? Mike Mayhawk. That's embarrassing. Davis needs sales team bad owner. So, I don't really see Mark Davis selling the Raiders, and here's the biggest reason. The Raiders are worth so much money now that they just moved to Vegas. And if I'm an owner of something that I see has a lot of value in it, coming off a year where you had COVID, where they didn't make as much money, I really do not see them moving on from Mark Davis stepping down. Like that would surprise me. But I am starting to sit here and be like, you know what? Could they potentially move on from Chucky? Or remember what Chucky said. He said if he does not succeed, he will not take the money. I'm curious to see if he's a man of his word or not. But leaving $50 million on the table, that's pretty hard to do. So with the 26th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns have gone out and taken Greg Newsome II. This was a player that I know Mayock, again, was very high on. He ended up actually flying to the Northwestern Pro Day. He wanted to watch Slater, and he wanted to watch Greg Newsome. Excuse me, both of those players off the board, and instead, he took Alex Leatherwood. So we got a guy, Alvin Cobbs. What's up, man? What would it take to get McKenzie back and hire KCOC as our head coach? You're talking about Eric Bieniemy. Here's the issue. Eric Bieniemy is not coming to the Raiders, and I don't also think that he would want to come to the Raiders as it is right now because he wants to be able to work with a quarterback that's a little bit more versatile than a guy like Derek Carr. So Eric Bieniemy, not probably an option, and then you're not going to get McKenzie back. Like, do you really want Reggie McKenzie back? Because no offense to him, he really wasn't the option either. We had one really good draft, 2014. That was by far the best draft the Raiders have had, right? You had Gabe Jackson, you had Derek Carr, Khalil Mack. You absolutely killed it. But Reggie McKenzie also made very other questionable decisions. So I want somebody who's younger. I want somebody who's like this new young mind that can change an offense, that has a new wave of thinking, because that's where the NFL's going. You can't just bring in these older guys that are just stick to their guns and just say, like, this is what I've done for so long. This is what I'm going to continue to do. I mean, if I'm John Gruden, I'm like, okay, my first part of my career, I was 57 and 55 as a head coach. The next half part of my career, I'm 57 and 55 as a head coach. So from my time I was with Tampa Bay, from my time I was with the Las Vegas Raiders, Oakland Raiders, same exact record. What do I need to do to change it up? If he doesn't start changing it up, we need to realize you got to move on from him a little bit. Al, appreciate it. All right, what up, Alfredo? Let's get Mitch as drunk as possible. So I actually already did a shot to this one, but you guys are getting close. I'm not gonna lie. You guys are trending in the right direction. All right, first super chat from Perkaholic World 999. Appreciate it, dude. First super chat here on the Raiders Report. Take a screenshot, tag me, and I'll share it on my IG. Let's go to Coach All Day. This is what I was talking about. I don't know if you mean in terms of sponsoring the show. I also don't mean if you mean like who they picked at number 17 in terms of it being a reach. But here we are, man. Here we are in terms of a reach. All right, we got Christian J. Rivera. Who do we trade up with and for what? I mean, out of the teams left on the board, so you got the Baltimore Ravens, the Saints, the Packers, then you got the Bills again with the Ravens, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, like, I think if you make a trade with anybody, if you were to actually trade back up, I don't know if you jump in front of a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, because, like, if I'm the Chiefs right now, I'm like, shit, I'm going to get probably a pretty solid offensive lineman right here. If Baltimore, I don't see them trading back because they have 2 first-round picks, so I actually don't think it makes a lot of sense for them. Azeez Ojulari still on the board, so for Buffalo, I'd be surprised. I don't know. Maybe Tampa Bay. Maybe you trade up with Tampa Bay. All right, let's go to Malik Aleem. No question, but PFF tweeted that Leatherwood had over 1,000 memes saved on his phone. Did we draft the Juju of the offensive lineman? Laugh out loud. I can't answer that question personally, but I also wouldn't be worried about, like, I like Juju as a person, as a player. Like, he's a fun player to me. And if you can bring a little bit of excitement to your locker room, like, that's obviously, like, a good thing, right? Like, I'm not going to knock somebody for being an excited player. Now, in terms of being a grown-up, that's something that the Raiders need to be worried about, because you got way too many guys already on the team who say horrible things to Raider fans on Instagram, on Twitter, which I am not a fan of. Like, I get the idea of, like, I don't like that fans are in their comments or in their DMs doing whatever, but as an NFL player, as a man, sometimes you just need to be that bigger man and not respond to them, which is sometimes tough to do, but you need to be able to do it. We can't have a lot of these kids coming into this team where they're acting like kids, especially in Las Vegas. It does scare me a little bit. But Malik, appreciate it, man. I got to mix up this a little bit. What do we got? 2 truths and a lie. So, Brett, if you can pull it in, I don't know if the graphic's been moved over. It's 2 truths, so it's in listicles, and it would have been made in the draft. It might be in the main one. It might be in the main one. All right, y'all. So, Malik, appreciate your question. We will get to 2 truths and a lie, which is basically you guys got to figure out what's truth and what's a lie about me. Here's the truth. I absolutely love Panda Sups. Now, the issue, man, we're not too excited about the pick that they ended up doing. So 40% off at pandasups.com for the best high-quality protein on the market, 30 grams per scoop, no added sugars, only 140 calories per scoop, and look at this code here. I absolutely love it. WTF Raiders. So shout out to Panda Subs for making this up on the fly. The reason why they did it, they weren't too excited about the Alex Leatherwood pick either. Usually this is $49.99. Cut it down to $29.99, but you got to use code WTF Raiders here at pandasups.com. And as a reminder, the first 100 people, okay, the first 100 people to make a $100 purchase at Panda Subs, you get a free hat. And the hat looks exactly like this. It's a very high-quality hat. They look really nice here. And usually the hat's a $25 value, but it's absolutely free. So, Super Chat came in. We entered the roulette wheel, and 2 truths and a lie. What I want you guys to do is figure out which is the lie. So, if you think me being in the Mile High Club is a lie, you got to type 1. If me drinking 84 beers in 6 minutes is a lie, I want you to type 2. If you think me playing professional baseball in the USA is a lie, I want you to type 3. So a lot of times we do different things here on the show where you guys get to know me a little bit better, but I am genuinely curious. What do you think is a lie? And you have to identify it. So is it either 1, 2, or is it 3? So go down in the comments section and let me know right now. What do y'all think the lie is? So I'm going to start giving some shout-outs. Boozy B says 1. Bram90 says 1. If you don't know what the Mile High Club is, you can Google it. We got Wanwi Chewini says number 3. Brandy Vandell says 1. Alexander says 1. We got a lot of 3s. Somebody said 2 from Crusher. Unfortunately, number 2 is a truth, and if you don't believe me, there is a video on YouTube of me drinking 84 beers in 6 minutes, so please go check it out. Ross Sports says 2. So it's between 1 and 3, so I already limited it down for you. It's between 1 and 3. We got Tate says 1. We got a lot of 3s coming in as well. Huh? I'm not an athlete, damn. So all I would say is this. If you don't think I'm an athlete, look up my college baseball numbers. So I am the all-time leader in ERA at my college, if that helps you out at all. I pitched, which is a fact. But I'm not much of an athlete anymore. However, I did get invited to play in a Raiders softball tournament, which I believe is going to take place in Austin on May 30th. So I believe that's what I'm going to be doing. So if you guys want to play against me, hit me up, and we'll figure it out. All right, so here's the thing. This is a truth. This is a truth. This is a lie. I've technically played professional baseball in Germany, not in the U.S. So there's my 2 truths and a lie. I mean, professional baseball in Germany. I'm telling you right now, it's air quotes. Like it's D3 at its finest. All right, what up, Robert Kirby? If I send you a $250 super chat, you will slam 5 big shots of anything 80 proof right when I do it in less than 4 minutes while talking about some secret hot acquisitions or trades you've heard. All right, so how about this? I will take 5 shots of Fireball, and I will talk about everything that I personally know what the Raiders could potentially do for Julio Jones and Aaron Rodgers if you send in a $250 super chat. Is that fair? If, and this is just up to you, Robert, the biggest super chat ever received in Chat Sports history is $300. If you send in $301, we'll make it 6 shots. That way, that Robert, you will have the biggest super chat in Chat Sports history. How about that? Deal? If that's interesting to you, then we'll see what ends up happening here. But I'm definitely curious. And if I do 6 shots, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not going to be pretty. I might have to go get some pizza. Might have to sober up a little bit. With the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens have taken wide receiver from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman, which I'm going to be honest with y'all, I actually think this is a very good pick for Baltimore. And they have another pick coming up here at 31. But you're looking for more of an outside receiver. The Ravens need to be able to put somebody around Lamar Jackson, which is exactly what they did here. And Rashad Bateman, 7 picks after Kadarius Toney? I'm actually pretty impressed with that value. Let me burp. Let's make the Julio Jones trade you propose is better than reach again in 2022. At this point, man, I think I'm with you at this point. So if you guys didn't see it, I talked about Julio Jones potentially being traded to the Raiders with that report that came out, and I said a 2022 first-round pick and Carl Nassib. All right, what up, Aggie? Yo, Alfredo, Downey is getting jealous. Mitch is getting all these super chats, so he had Chat Sports block your supers. Let's pray for the best with Leatherwood. See, here's the issue. Like, Tom's like one of my dudes. Like, I got invited to Tom's wedding. He's one of my best friends. Like, when the Raiders report does well, believe it or not, it's good for everyone here at the company. So, like, I don't think Tom ended up blocking it. Does he get jealous? No. I mean, Tom right now, he's talking about the NFL draft. I actually don't even know if his wife sent him if she sent him a picture with another man, he would get jealous. Like, he's so happy right now. Go check him out on youtube.com/chatsportstv. Like, he hasn't slept. This is the day that he's looked forward to more than just about anything. But Aggie, I appreciate you for a $10 super. I got to go in the bag here. All right, so the thing that I pulled out, this is going to be a game called Magic Word. What I want you guys to do right now is go down in the chat and type in one word, okay? If you have ever seen Super Troopers, and the word is meow, right? So the guy's got to say, all right, meow, meow, meow. Whatever word you guys put in the chat is the word that I have to say continuously, and I got to figure out a way to get it put into my sentences here, and we'll see what it is. So whatever you guys want the word to be, throw it down there in the live chat. Go ahead and do it. I'm curious to see what you guys have to come up with here. If you want to get featured here on our live show, you got to use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat. We are live here for the 2021 NFL Draft because the Las Vegas Raiders, they selected Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama. He is going to be the right tackle for this offense starting on day one. Now, sure, he's still going to probably compete, but let's be real. When you draft somebody in the round one, you better end up starting him. Here's a $5 for your beer fund. To Ticia, hopefully I pronounced that right. I appreciate it. We got a lot of beer though, and we spent a lot of money on beer over the week. But I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I definitely owe everyone, I think, that always watches the show a little bit of love, no doubt about it. Pie? All right, Brett's telling me that pie is going to be the word. So let me wipe my pies here a little bit and figure out what this next super chat is going to be coming in. It's from Will G. What up, Mitch? First super chat and a pile. I really hope this pick works out. Really surprised they went with an offensive lineman instead of defense. Well, I don't mean to, like, pile this on right now for everyone watching, but I totally agree. I was hoping that they ended up going with defense. Maybe, holy ball sack, he broke the record. I was really hoping that the Raiders would end up going with somebody like a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah or somebody like I'm just trying to think, a Trevon Merrick or Christian Darrisaw, Tevin Jenkins, but instead, they decided not to, and for whatever reason, pie, we're sitting here we don't even know. Will G, I owe you a shot, but we just got the biggest super chat in Chat Sports history. So, everyone from Chat Sports, get everyone in Chat Sports on here. We just got the biggest super chat in Chat Sports history. So what I want everyone to do, we're going to get everyone on here. Robert. Everyone that's free. Okay. Yes. I'm going to take a screenshot of this because this is wild to me. All right. So everyone meet Jeremy Chuggs. So Jeremy got his first appearance on the Raiders Report. Actually, first day at Chat Sports. Shotgun in the beer for the nation. I believe was it Kenyon Drake? It was Kenyon Drake. So this is Jeremy. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for us as well. So what happened here was this. I told Robert that if he sent in the biggest super chat in Chat Sports history, we would take 6 shots. So we're going to take some shots. We're going to get pretty litty here, and we're going to see where the night goes. But Robert Kirby is the new holder of the largest super chat in Chat Sports history. Huh? Oh, my God. This is wild. I also ate a dog bone. It was not pleasant. So
it's good for your skin.
It's supposedly good for my skin. It's supposedly good for my teeth. It's still in my teeth. That's the other issue here. So you guys are watching the Raiders Report right now. What we're waiting for right now is the rest of the Chat Sports team to come in here. Robert Kirby just sent in a $305 super chat.
Amazing. I'm doing
2 shots? Yeah, everyone just keep it flowing in here. Just grab your fireball. Come on in and let's just keep this thing going. Yep. Everyone do a line.
Everyone's doing lines tonight, baby.
Can't say that. Oh, man. Man down. All right. Shout out to James.
Oh, hey, come on.
Half shot? What is this?
What is this?
What is that for?
I'm doing it as fast as I can.
I had to thank Panda Subs for making this possible.
We just got a new super chat record. 400.
400.
This is.
Hold on. Come back in line.
Hold on. This is my first one. Hey, Alex Leatherwood, good pick at Vegas.
He's a Chiefs fan, so oh man. Get back in line.
Can't wait to see the grade on this one, Mitch.
Grade's not going to be good. All right, come on. Get back in here.
We're back.
Hang on a second.
Assembly line. $500? Cheers, man. Mitch is a real one.
Oh, my God. Mercedes. I saw it come up, and I was like, that can't be real. Oh, he's got his fireball in there. This is wild. Take it in. Jeremy Chugs sipping.
Okay. Pour me one first. Make it full one. Gotta do it's a sponsored shot. I apologize.
With the 12th shot taken in the 20.
Mercedes-Benz, our boy?
Yes, this is Mercedes. No, honestly though, shout out to Robert Kirby. Shout out to Mercedes-Benz. What are you talking about? All right, so James wants only fulls, no halfies around here. So with the $700th that just came across Chat Sports, we want to give a major shout out to Panda Subs, major shout out to Autumn Abyss, and everyone else who's watching the show right now.
This shot is presented by Panda Subs. 40% off. Use code WTF Raiders. PandaSubs.com. The best supplements in the game. You think a guy like me looks this good without Panda Subs? Come on, what up? Hey, look at the hat.
Oh my God.
Bowie, my boy.
My boy, Blue. All right, guys. We've definitely gone off the rails a little bit here. There's no doubt about it. This is producer Brett. He's the one working hard behind the scenes.
I was not happy earlier, guys. There's a lot going on today.
It's been a busy day. It's definitely been a busy day.
Raider Nation makes it worth it, though.
Yeah.
You always have and you always will.
There's no doubt about that. All right, Marshall's back one more time. Okay. So the record for most super chats in Chat Sports or for Raiders Report history is 2,600, which is what we did for Kenyon Drake. So basically, what's going to happen is this: if we can get to that, I just think like we're just going to be absolutely set for the entire day. Like I don't know what else we're going to have to do here. It's all about trying to break records here today. So we're still got to go through a few more picks. There's 4 picks left in the 2021 NFL Draft, and if stuff starts getting a little bit cloudy, you can blame Mercedes, you can blame Robert Kirby, you can also go ahead and blame Alfredo Robles, who have just been.
Mercedes-Benz, hey, listen, man. Anytime you want, come on the Raiders Report.
There you go. In studio. I mean, Robert, I think as far as I'm concerned, you got to be up there too, man. All right, so what? Him too. Okay. Everyone, send in a super chat like that. You guys come on the show. All right, so what do we got here? We had Rashad Bateman go number 27 overall to the Baltimore Ravens. And then the New Orleans Saints had Peyton Turner, which was he's a good player, but that's actually a guy I had a round 3 grade on. But that really shouldn't surprise a lot of people because New Orleans has been that team that, again, just kind of like the Raiders, where they fall in love with a certain dude, and then they just go from there. And if that's the route that they want to go with, you know, like that's part of it. But Peyton Turner to me was a little bit of a reach. So the Green Bay Packers now, they are on the clock, and they actually have already made their pick here. So once we get it, we'll be able to keep you guys up to date and Well, it's loading in right now for me, but yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I see some people asking me like, oh, you drunk? No, I'm not drunk, but I'm getting pretty tipsy. The Green Bay Packers are going to go with Eric Stokes, cornerback from Georgia. So, super athletic, like long, lanky. I actually talked about Stokes on my last Raiders Report episode where I said in terms of being able to like find a player that has super, super high upside. I don't know where the cap is. No cap. That's mine. I don't know. All right, so anyway, Eric Stokes, though, phenomenal player from top to bottom. Like, he has high upside, but again, that's a player to me where I think it's a little bit too much of a reach, where I think he would have been available to you in number 2. Some people will say that Tyson Campbell, his teammate's a little bit better, but, you know, we'll see what happens. All right, we got a super chat coming in from Mitchell Renz, has luscious honkers. I appreciate you. I've really been trying. Picture is graphic. Mitchell gave me a bad case of fireballs. Okay. And then we have Mitchell Renz gave me crotch blisters on a Delta flight to Boise. That's because of my 2 truths and a lie. That's next level. What I want you guys to do is take a screenshot of that. That's funny as. All right, so what up, Javon Holland in second round? I can take this BS anymore. So I like Holland, but I am a believer that if you can, let's just say, okay, if you reached a little bit on Leatherwood, and obviously the Raiders don't feel like they did, but I'm going to say that they reached on Leatherwood, that you try to get a guy like Holland in round 2 or in round 3 because Merrick is still on the board, Richie Grant's still on the board, and then if Holland is available to you, then yes, that pick becomes a lot more enticing. But, I mean, the fact that Merrick fell, the fact that Richie Grant has been able to fall here, that to me gives me at least a little bit more hope that the Raiders can still get a solid safety at least in round 2. And could you potentially see them trade up? I would be shocked if they did, but at the end of the day, like, I can't sit here and tell you that I know what Gruden and Mack are going to do because, well, none of us do. The other thing that's very surprising, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he is still on the board. Like, the fact that he's still on the board, I'm almost wondering if, like, NFL GMs talked or if they found something that they didn't like about him because the fact that this dude is still on the board for as talented as he is, that's shocking to me. All right, Alfredo, I found another way. That sounds good. So it sounds like Raider Nation is really just trying to get me crazy right now. All right, so a $10 super chat is drink or do. What do we got? Take a drink without using your hands or finish your drink. My God. All right. Take a drink without using your hands. So I need to fill up a shot glass because that's the only way that's going to happen. All right, so take a drink without using my hands. And if I don't, I got to, I guess, take another one. We'll see. All right, so, and we're about $100 away from another vodka shot, you said? Oh, God, another vodka shot. That would basically do me in. All right, hang on a sec. Not proud that I can do that. All right, so next one's coming in. It's from Mitch's, oh, God, uncle. I'm sorry I fondled you. You guys are just getting out of hand at this point. What up, Can't Walk? That's one of my dudes right here. I have homework. F that, I'm hanging with you. Can't Walk, you know I love you, my dude. Hopefully everything's good out there in San Diego. But, again, if I'm drinking, you're drinking. And I know Can't Walk's drinking. Let's go to Sergio. Thank you, no Saints, who are not longer the bigger reachers of the draft. I mean, sure, right? Like, I'm with you. I still think Turner is a bigger reach for the Saints. However, that's not something that I want to be proud of. Like, I will say, though, if there's a way where the Raiders can figure out a way to still get either Merrick or Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah a little bit later on in this draft, I'm okay with the Leatherwood pick. Then maybe they actually knew something. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe they actually knew something. All right, so what do we got here? Next Super Chat coming in. Again, as long as the Super Chats keep coming in, I can stay live. As soon as they stop, that's when I got to go do other work here. And that's just me being very honest with you. I saw Tom Downey take on Alex Leatherwood. He said he's a good player, and it's not much of a reach as Arnett or Klee. Do you agree? Yes, I agree that it's not much of a reach as Klee or Arnett, but that's still not a good thing. Like, Cleveland Ferrell to me was a player that I would have taken in the late 20s. He went number 4 overall. Not that type of player. Damon Arnett was a player that I had a round 3 grade on that you took in round 1. Alex Leatherwood was somebody that I was okay taking at pick number 48. Like, somebody that I talked about multiple times being an okay pick at 48. But you don't do that at pick 17. But I also don't want to have the idea that it's an okay pick because it wasn't as much of a reach. You don't reach in the first round. It's as simple as that. All right, let's go to Arlene Howland. What up? Shout out, Raiders. Love your show. I appreciate anybody who comes across the channel that stops by, watches what we do, because we like to get down. So, all right, guys, one coming in from Koa Austin. I didn't read it yet, but Brett's laughing at it. Tuck the old Super Chat record. Tuck the Chargers, but most of all, tuck Tad Desai. Do you know Tad? Like, how do you know Tad? I'm so confused by this. So, Tad was somebody that used to work at Chat Sports, and I don't know if Tad did something to you personally, or maybe you were the person that Tad accidentally wrecked his scooter and scared the hell out of. I don't know, but this is super funny to me. So I'm curious about how you know all this. All right, what up, Mac or Malik? Drop Mayock, bring on Louis Riddick. Here's the other issue. Like, Louis Riddick, I get like a lot of people like him. People like Mike Mayock more than they liked Louis Riddick, okay? Now, I get Riddick as a Raiders guy, and a lot of people have a affiliation with him. However, though, I am a believer that if Mike Mayock flops on this job with the Raiders, it's going to be a lot harder for people like Louis Riddick, for somebody like a Daniel Jeremiah, for a lot of these other insiders like Daniel Brugler as well has been a name that I've heard. Dan Brugler. It's going to be harder for them to get one of these jobs here. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens here, but I mean, Mayock has yet to show me that he's a draft guru. Yeah, there you go. All right, we got Douglas Ridley coming in here from OAK to LA to LV. I'm a Raider. That's right. Shout out to my man, Graphic Raider. He makes the intro song to all the Raiders reports. All right, we got Lord Abyss. So, Mitch, a little distraction for you. What if Bo Jackson was a rookie in the draft scene again? Would you pick him up? It depends where. So, the NFL now is so different, right? Like, the NFL back then was a run-first league. Now, running back's probably the least important position. Is he a phenomenal athlete? Yes, absolutely. However, he is still a great running back. So, like, if he would have been available at 17, I would have been a lot more open to it. Like, if I would have had Bo Jackson and Najee Harris, it's like, not even close to me. But the other thing with Bo is, do I get Bo for a full, healthy career? Because if I get a fully healthy Bo Jackson for 10-plus years, that's an easy pick. The issue is, running backs, they just don't normally last that long. So we'll see what ends up happening here. And it looks like the Bills are going to go with Gregory Rousseau, who's an edge rusher from Miami. So this has actually been a guy that we've talked about a bunch. So when I made a video back in January about my top players that I want the Raiders to pick at number 17, I had Gregory Rousseau at number 1. I then told a lot of people that, hey, Gregory Rousseau, I don't even know if he goes in round 1 anymore. And I am shocked that the Bills actually took Rousseau over somebody like an Azeez Ojulari, who I have ranked a lot higher at this point. But for Rousseau, 19.5 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks this past year, or 2 years ago, because he opted out this past year. But he does not have a lot of experience playing edge rusher. So I actually think that's a pretty interesting move here by the Buffalo Bills. But as long as we're staying here, I mean, I still think that the Raiders trading up is a possibility because they have 2 third-round picks. So with picks number 79 and pick number 80, you have the opportunity where if you wanted to give up pick number 48 and pick number 79 in terms of trade value, it can equal 70, it can equal 31, and it can equal 32. So if the Raiders wanted to pull off a move for a guy, they have the draft capital to be able to do it right now. So we'll find out if they do. Now, if you guys want to be able to keep up to date on all things going on around the silver and black, there is one place to do it and one place only. It is youtube.com/Raiders Report. I also want to give a lot of love to Autumn Abyss. So Autumn Abyss recently, they just started sponsoring the show, and it's the company that the t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. They got awesome deals going on at autumnabyss.com. Please go ahead and check them out. If you want to go ahead and support the Tom Flores Foundation, you can do that. You can buy the Tom Flores hoodie. If you want to go ahead and just get all their awesome gear, please go to autumnabyss.com. We would definitely appreciate it. They have unbelievable deals going on. And if you like athletic gear that feels like Nike, like dry fits, like that's what this stuff is. This feels better than dry fit. It's very, very high quality. So please go check out Autumn Abyss at autumnabyss.com. All right, let's go to the super chat coming in here from Robert Kirby. Shotgun 5 beers in 20 minutes from the second I do a $500 super chat. So, hang on a second. let me just make sure I understand this. So shotgun 5 beers in 20 minutes. And the second I do, I'll make you a deal, Robert. I'll make you a deal, okay? Because I think you want to be the biggest super chat in chat sports history. So if you send in a $500 super chat, okay? I'm just going to say this right now. If you send in a $500 super chat, I will bong 5 beers on the show. Now, and we'll get you on the show next week. How's that sound? Is that fair? I got the okay, Brett? Okay. So $500 super chat is 5 beer bongs, and you come on the show next week. That's the offer. That's a deal. Does that make sense? What I guess the only thing I don't get is the 10 seconds per beer. Like, I got to do it in 10 seconds per beer? Done. $500 super chat, 5 beer bongs, 10 seconds per beer. You got yourself a deal. Let's see. Oh, God. I'm actually getting nervous. When you guys send me stuff like this, I'm like, oh, God. Like, some people are crazy enough to do it. What up, KZar42? Keep the party going. I will also say this. If that $500 super chat comes in, we're, like, right there for setting the biggest record for the history of a Raiders Report show. And I actually have something special on tap in case we do that. So that's just keep that in mind. All right, KZar, what's up, my man? I got to give you – huh? No, the current record is 2,600, and we're at 2,100. So if we pass 2,600, I don't remember what I put in the show for when we hit 2,600. I think I put everyone takes a shot, but we've I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. All right, so again, if you guys want to get your questions or comments on the show, you can go ahead and use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat. Super chat probably is the easiest way, just because we got 1,700 people watching. I see some people a little bit frustrated right now, saying like Angel saying this team blows. Like, I still don't think that this team blows. Like, I will say this: the Raiders did a very good job last season, proving a lot of people wrong, because it's still a young team, and I think that we need to understand as a fan base that if you're going to be a young team, sometimes you need to be able to, do certain things to be able to go in the right directions. And the question is this the Raiders going in the right direction? Like, that still remains to be seen, and I hope that it is. I really, really do. But until the picks end up coming in, we can't really fully know. So what do you guys think about this? I want you to grade the pick of Alex Leatherwood, number 17 overall from Alabama. So there was a lot of other players on the board. Merrick, who's still on the board. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah still on the board. Christian Darrisaw was still on the board. Tevin Jenkins was still on the board. But I want you to do A, B, C, D, or F. And if you've come across the show before, you'll know that we are a tough grading show. Like, I don't like to be the people on Twitter, and there's just way too many people on Twitter that are all cupcakes, rainbows, butterflies. Like, that's not who we are. I want to give you, like, honest, like, analysis, because if I say everything's great, nothing that I say has any validity to it. So when I say something's a C grade, it's not that I think it's bad. It's just an average move. B is good. A is great. D is bad. F is failing. The Alex Leatherwood move was a C minus, D plus move. It was below average. Like, we need to be able to face the facts there. Like, that's 100% truth, because he's a good player. But you could have gotten him in round 2, realistically. So that's the biggest concern I have here. But what I want you guys to do, go down to the comments and grade it. And I'm going to start giving some shout-outs here. We got A. Wilder saying B-. Eric Robe is going to go with C. Lil Juice, D. Wami is going to go with an F. David says C. Kazar, what up, my dude? C-. Zornell, C+. Papa Dude, D. Ryan, C-. Madman Raider. It's been a while, Madman. How you doing, my man? Z. Or maybe you mean B. Adrian says F. Jesse Rodas is going to go B. Ban says D. Scott says A++. Okay. Well, that's what I love about Raider Nation. Always very, very different. All right, let's go to Victor here. What up, Vic? Leatherwood was not a reach. There were multiple people who had Leatherwood going to the Raiders at 17. Joke and others are falling. I do think that they're falling. That I agree with. However, here's the issue, and I don't disrespect other people for what they do. I don't care what other people always have to think. Like, do I take into information? Yes, I do. But I also know how hard Chat Sports works, and I know how hard Tom works, and I know how hard a lot of these people here work. Alex Leatherwood at 17 was a reach. Was it a big-time reach? Maybe not. Like, I'm not saying that. But it was a reach. He was a player that I was confident in that you could have got in the second round. So, therefore, it's a reach. Vic, though, hopefully you understand. I appreciate it. Let's go to Tommy. If we love Alabama players so much, Why not draft the coach? If Nick Saban would, I don't know how much money the Raiders would have to offer Nick Saban to leave Alabama, but if you think 10 years, $100 million is a lot for a coach, if I'm Nick Saban, I take a deal more than what Urban Meyer just got, and Meyer's getting $12 million a year. Like, if I'm Nick Saban, for you to, like, get me to leave Alabama, I'm not kidding you when I say this, $15 million a year. And, like, I want a guaranteed contract like Gruden got. And if I don't get it, I ain't going to leave. With the 31st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens go with Jayson Oweh, edge rusher from Penn State. So they go Rashad Bateman at pick 27. Then they go with Jayson Oweh at pick number 31. I mean, it's a very, very high prospect type of player here. So I'm just saying, it's pretty wild. So, all right, Robert, what do you got for me? It's not letting me send you the 500. I got to Venmo it to you. Give me your Venmo, bud, and I will do it now. Do I have the okay? It's at Mitchell Renz 365. The Venmo is at Mitchell Renz 365. So, Robert, if that's what you want to do, man, we're gonna get it going. At Mitchell Renz 365. At Mitchell Renz 365. So I'm gonna be looking, and if I end up getting this, you're gonna see people go absolutely wild. And I'm actually curious why YouTube wouldn't let you do that. I'm a little bit upset. But I will also say this. If you do end up doing this, you will have the credit for being the biggest super chat in chat sports history. There's just no doubt about that. And I'm nervous. Like, you guys, like, you know when something big's about to happen in your life and you get a little bit nervous? That's how I feel right now. I feel a little bit nervous right now. So I'm going to go to my Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365, and if I get something, you know, we'll get wild here. So, yeah, we can. Yeah. Sounds good. Yes. All right, Chris, what do we got? Chris is saying A++ for Daddy Leatherwood. So, he's a Daddy Leatherwood. If he's an A++, then here's the thing. Like, I like being right. But in this case, I'm okay being wrong. Like, if he's a great player and he just, you know, gives us all the middle finger and we move on from that, like, I'm okay with that. Like, that makes us a better football team, which then in return makes my job easier, which then in return makes my job more enjoyable. So, like, when I tell you, like, I want to be wrong on the reach of Alex Leatherwood, I promise you, I want to be wrong on the reach of Alex Leatherwood. All right, let's go to Cole Cook here. I honestly think that the Leatherwood pick is still better to pick than Arnett. Yeah, I agree. That's not a good thing. Like, the Damon Arnett pick was not good whatsoever. The Cleveland Ferrell pick, Cleve's doing well now, but he's still, I don't think, ever going to be living up to a pick number 4 overall. Like, you took Cleveland Ferrell over so many great players. You decided to take, you know, Damon Arnett over so many great players. Like, it's not a matter of was it more of a reach. It's just, you know, like, we gotta look at it a different way, guys. And I hate to be that way because if you've watched the show before, you know that I feel like I'm a fun-spirited dude who likes to be high and uplifting, but I get so frustrated because there's not a better fan base out there than Raider Nation, and there's not a better group of people that just support their team more than Raider Nation. So, like, we get frustrated because we sit here year in and year out, devote our entire lives to something, and it's very frustrating when the Raiders, I don't know if they just don't appreciate us or what it is, but that's how it kind of feels because, like, we want to see results. It's been way too long. I mean, it's like 20 years now, like, that we haven't had solid results. And, like, I get that, you know, you went to the playoffs in 2016. That's one playoff run. Need a lot more than that. So, what we're getting ready to get into now, guys, is going to be some grades. And I remember being able to make something, and I put it actually already in production a little bit while ago. If it's too far ago, I'll try to find it. So basically what's going to happen is this, is we're going to be going through some grades here for Alex Leatherwood, and then I'm going to be breaking down some players that I think that the Raiders could take at pick number 48 coming up here, because the final pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, it's about to be in the books, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're on the clock, and they're about to round it out. And they're going to go edge rusher linebacker from Washington, Joe Tryon. So he's a good player. I still think that one is, again, a little bit of a reach here. So in terms of, like, the 3 biggest reaches in the first round, I'll actually probably go out and say that it's, Houston, the guy who ended up going from Houston to the New Orleans Saints. Trion's a little bit of a reach there, and I do think the Alex Leatherwood pick is still a bit of a reach. But so basically what's going to happen now is, like, if you guys want to continue to Super Chat, we're allowed to stay live. So I've been told by my bosses that as long as the Super Chats keep coming in, I can stay live here at Chat Sports. So if you guys don't want me to go anywhere, we can continue to, keep it rocking and rolling here. So, Jeremy, keep some of these coming through here. What's the word on Julio and Rodgers, also Chucky heads? In terms of Aaron Rodgers, it's one Chucky head. Julio Jones is one Chucky head. However, the one that I think is probably a little bit more likely, I'm actually probably going to lean Julio Jones is more likely than Aaron Rodgers. Like, I know Aaron Rodgers listed the Raiders as a potential destination, but I'd be pretty surprised. So, we just had some breaking news come in here, and I want everyone to listen up when I say this. Can we go full screen? Can we go full screen? Okay. Cool, Cook. Appreciate it. So, breaking news here on the Las Vegas Raiders report. I have just received my biggest Super Chat donation in the history of the show. I want to give a special shout-out to Robert Kirby, okay? And he sent me a $500 Super Chat via Venmo, which basically means this, okay? I got to do five beer shotguns, and I got to complete all of them in under 20 minutes. And I got to do that, and I got to finish each beer, okay? Got to finish each beer in 10 seconds. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a part of my show, which is going to be a draft reaction video, okay? Because I want to be able to give you guys good analysis. And then we're going to chug some beers. Like, it's just going to be as simple as that. So I'm going to do this show. I'm going to give you my draft grades. I'm going to give you my analysis. And then we're going to go ahead and then we're going to... I'm trying. Unfortunately, my computer's not loading. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to do this draft grades video. As soon as that is finished, I am then going to go ahead, and then we are going to get the party started here. So, Robert, you're a ballsy man, and I appreciate that. So, the new record here at the Raiders Report for the biggest Super Chat is a $500 Super Chat from Robert Kirby. You guys can't see it because YouTube wouldn't let him send it in, and he just Venmo'd me. So, also... the Venmo, that's going to be able to, pay for a lot of the beers, pay for a lot of the alcohol around here, and pay for lunch for the guys. But we also, I believe, set a record for the biggest Raider show in Chat Sports history. So that's pretty impressive here, and I think, you guys deserve a lot of credit. You guys have been working really, really hard, and wow, holy shit, we just got another one. Oh, we got a 420! We got a 420! Oh, man! Oh, man! Let's go! This is wild.
You're amazing.
Hang on a second. Jesus Olivius, I understand and agree with everyone feels about the pick, but the player didn't choose the pick, so we shouldn't be new to the member. All right, hang on. We got to get this up on screen. We got to get this up on screen. All right, guys, I'm just going to warn you. The next 30 to 35 minutes of the Raiders Report, it's going to be a shit show. And I don't want to be that guy, but it's going to be a shit show. So, Jesus, I'm on the brink right now. I'm a good tipsy drunk, okay? I'm just being real. I'm a good tipsy drunk. If I get, when I drink all this, no, you're going to wait. You're going to wait. Just hang on. People are starting to come in. They're getting ready for shots. This is what's going to happen here. We're going to be breaking things down here on the show. And then we're going to get to that point where we're just going to start drinking. We're going to start taking some beers.
I was taking a piss. What I got to do? Come in here and rub somebody off?
Do you want to shot? So this is what I was thinking. All right. I'm at a good buzz right now, okay? What I need to be able to do is I need to be able to finish my segment, finish the show, and then we're just going to get trashed. Okay. Sound good? Cool. All right. All right, so this is what's going to happen here. Jesus, and I got the $500 Venmo. So there's going to be 12 rounds of shots here. There's just going to be a lot of drinking happening. If you're under 21, or I'm just going to tell you right now, if you don't want your kids to see people drinking, tell them to log off because some shit's about to go down. But we're going to take some shots of Fireball. And then we're going to go ahead, and then we're going to get ready to get in. So also, it's manscaped.com/Raiders. So if you could do that, that'd be great. And then if we could, we're going to, basically what's going to happen is I'm going to get a whole bunch of beers. And I'm going to shotgun a whole bunch of beers, and I'm going to do 5 of them in under 5 minutes. But again, that's going to happen after we go ahead. Yep, that's going to happen after we go ahead and give you a little bit more analysis here on like some of the picks that ended up happening. So over 1,700 people watching. Are you guys at least a little bit entertained? Like, I'm hoping that the draft experience was at least a little bit better after the Alex Leatherwood pick. But, you know, here we are. We're at least trying to get a little bit wild. But, all right, Jeremy. So you got what we're doing? So I sent you the doc. It's all good. You just take your time. Chugs has got it. He's got it. So, your name? Oh, actually, you know who I sent it to? I sent it to Marshall. Yeah, no. All right, hang on a second. That's funny as hell. All right, so basically, guys, what's going to happen here is I'm going to send I'm sending Jeremy the show doc about what's about to go down. Okay. Also, and then we're going to get into Robert Kirby's super chat, and then we're going to get into another super chat. So Robert, and then the guy who just sent me, what was it, 420. So Mercedes, also Jesus, like, I'm trying to keep my shit together, but you guys have been kicking my ass a little bit here. So basically what's going to happen here is the next show is going to be presented by Panda Sups, okay? So keep that in mind. It's going to be presented by Panda Sups. We're going to go through the entire Raiders pick here. I'm going to give you my grade, which if you guys have been watching, it's probably, you know, around a C+, D, or C-, D+ is probably in that range there. We might as well just say C-. It's probably the route I'm going to go. And then we're just going to go through what I thought and then who they could potentially pick in round 2. Does that make sense? And then after that, we're going to get a little bit wild, and we're just going to kind of just carry on the show. And as long as you guys keep super chatting and asking me questions, it's just the more and more I can potentially stay live here at the Raiders Report. So I hope you guys understand all that, and I hope everything's coming through crystal clear for you. But let me get a sip of my beer. I need to hydrate a little bit. And then we'll see where the night takes us. And if you guys are wondering why I'm a little bit hungover for tomorrow's, you know, show, it's on you. It's on you at this point. Like it's your problem. So, if as always though, if you guys are having a good time, there's over 1,500 people still watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report. A reminder that shows aren't always like this. We do this normally when shit hits the fan in Raider Nation, and you know tonight I think kind of hit the fan a little bit here, but. When we're ready to rock and roll, we'll get the show started, and then we'll talk about Alex Leatherwood being drafted number 17 overall to the Las Vegas Raiders. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and today's show presented by Panda Sups. I want you to go to pandasups.com and use code WTFRaiders for 40% off on all the best workout supplements. Some of you are probably like, wait a minute. Why is the promo code WTFRaiders? It's because the guy who owns Panda Sups, he's a diehard Raider fan, and when he saw that the number 17 overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft was Alex Leatherwood, he was a little bit upset. Now, I think Alex Leatherwood is a good player. However, it was a little bit of a reach for the Raiders to really go this route here. In terms of being like on Tom's best available board, he was Tom's ranked 6th offensive guard. I'm simply going to say that he is a guard/tackle. He is going to play right tackle for the Las Vegas Raiders. But as you see up there, the grade, it's a round 2 grade. Which, what does that mean? The Raiders, yet again, they reached on a player. When you also think about, here's the thing, here's some other talented players that were still on the board. Like, the fact that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still available in round 2, I'm interested in that. Tevin Jenkins, Landon Dickerson, Christian Barmore. I mean, these, at least Jenkins, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and then Christian Barmore, those are 3 players that I like a lot. And if the Raiders could figure out a way to get one of those 3 dudes in round 2, I am feeling a little bit better about, you know, the pick at 17. Plus, Azeez Ojulari, another guy that I like a lot. Trevon Merrick, another player that I like a lot. So if the Raiders are able to finagle their way where they can get a guy like Azeez, a Merrick, a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and if they get one of these guys, I feel a little bit better about the Alex Leatherwood pick, right? Because no disrespect to Leatherwood, he doesn't get the pick where he goes, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited for his family. Like, he totally changed a whole bunch of people's lives. Like, that's a great thing. However, he was a player that I really thought that they could get in pick 2. And for the Raiders here, you're sitting, you're like, man, year after year after year, you feel like that they're reaching on certain guys. And during the live show, somebody said that they have Clemson, Alabama-itis, like where they only pick guys based on where they go to college. And I hope that's not true. But if the Leatherwood picks does not work out, I guarantee you this, I'm going to start cranking up the heat on fire John Gruden. I'm going to start cranking up the heat on fire Mike Mayock, because I am so sick and tired of us reaching on players in the first round. You don't reach in the first round. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So go down to the comment section right now, and I want you to grade the pick of Alex Leatherwood being drafted number 17 overall by the Las Vegas Raiders. He's a good player, but if you were going to go with offensive tackle, I personally would have taken Christian Darrisaw over him. I personally would have taken Tevin Jenkins over him. I would have taken Samuel Cosmi over him. I would have taken Liam Eichenberg over him. Like, he is a good player, but it's just a little bit of early of a reach. That's why I'm going to go with a grade of like a C-. It's a D+. Again, my grading system, A is great, B is good, C is average. This is a below average pick at number 17. So let's now walk through all the picks that were leading up to Alex Leatherwood at 17, right? Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, that was a pretty surprising pick at number 3. A lot of people thought Mac Jones was going to go there. Kyle Pitts went number 4 overall. Jaylen Waddle went number 6 overall. Penei Sewell to the Detroit Lions there, which was a pretty interesting pick. Jaycee Horn was the first defensive player off the board. Patrick Surtain went number 9 to the Denver Broncos. Then the Philadelphia Eagles were like, wait a minute, we're going to trade up. We're going to get Jalen Hurts, a nice little wide receiver, in Devonta Smith. Then the Chicago Bears, this is probably the biggest move of the draft, in my personal opinion, traded up from 20 all the way up to number 11 to get their quarterback in Justin Fields. Micah Parsons went to the Dallas Cowboys at 12. But when I saw Parsons go at 12, I was like, you know what, man? Like, we still got a chance to get the guys that we want. Rashawn Slater goes to the Chargers at 13. That one was kind of like a stake in my heart. The Jets traded up to 14 to get Alijah Vera-Tucker. Mac Jones fell to the Patriots. Like, they didn't even have to trade up for him, so that was pretty crazy. Zaven Collins then went to number 16. So then I was sitting there with pick number 16. I was like, man, the Raiders can get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. They can get Trevon Merrick. They can get Azeez Ojulari. They can get Tevin Jenkins. Like, you could get all these other players, and yet they decided to go with a guy like Alex Leatherwood at number 17. Jalen Phillips, Jamin Davis, Kadarius Toney, they all went there, and the Giants were at 20 because, again, they traded down with the Chicago Bears. At number 21, it was Kwity Paye, which he's a good athlete. He's actually going to fit very well in Indianapolis, but it's a player that I personally don't think it would have been a good fit with the Raiders. Caleb Farley, Christian Darrisaw, Najee Harris, the first running back off the board, and then back-to-back running backs. In fact, I actually thought that the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to go with somebody like a Travis Etienne, or going to go with somebody like Trevon Merrick. Instead, they go with Travis Etienne. Greg Newsome, a very solid cornerback, which is not really surprising because we didn't anticipate the Browns to take a linebacker. Rashad Bateman, Peyton Turner, the biggest reach in round 1 was Peyton Turner, edge rusher out of Houston. Eric Stokes, I did think that was another bit of a reach here for the Green Bay Packers, but, I mean, with all the Aaron Rodgers rumors going on, how do you not take an offensive player, at least in my personal opinion? Gregory Rousseau, Jason Oweh, and then to round out the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft, Joe Tryon, edge rusher from Washington. So who are some of the best players available left on the board? Who could the Raiders potentially get at pick number 48? The top guy, and the fact that he didn't go in round 1, I mean, I'm just absolutely shocked by that. It's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame. And this is a player that I saw easily going in the top 20. Maybe I'm wrong. That's okay. But the fact that he's still available, very surprising. Nick Bolton, again, now these top available players, in terms of linebackers, this is also according to Tom Downey standings. Nick Bolton, Jabril Cox, Brandon Browning. Personally, for me, in terms of fit, I think Jabril Cox and Brandon Browning would actually be better fits for the Raiders than somebody like Nick Bolton. Top safeties available, they're all still on the board. So, I mean, when I look at a guy like a Merrick, a Grant, a Holland, those are top 3 players. I'd also look at somebody like a Jamar Johnson. Like, no disrespect to Divine, he's not somebody I'd actually have in my top 6 or 7 safeties for the Las Vegas Raiders. But as it stands right now, you are now looking at your brand new right tackle that's going to have a major job in protecting Derek Carr. He's going to have a big-time role here and really trying to set the outside edge for this offensive line at right tackle, because if he's unable to do that, it's going to be a bumpy road. And for the Raiders, they still want to be able to run the football, and you're going to be able to run the football with Leatherwood, who's a very physical offensive lineman. What worries me, though, is Derek Carr only has 2 years left on his contract, and I'm a team that believes that I need to win right now. I don't know if Leatherwood gives you the best opportunity to win right now. Now, maybe down the road he turns out to be like a Colt Miller, where Miller struggled in year 1, got better in year 2, and he was a lot better in year 3. The issue is this, like, you don't have that much time with the current roster that you potentially have right now. And, again, it was just a little bit of a reach here. So, you guys are watching the Raiders Report. Today's show is, again, sponsored by Panda Supps. If anybody out there is a big fan of Panda Supps and wants, the best workout protein or the best workout supplements on the market, please go ahead and check those guys out. If you're looking for some high-quality greens, if you're looking for some pre-workout, some nootropics to stay focused, maybe you're a gamer, the best supplements on the market, and I use them every single day. Like, I'm not kidding you when I say this. Like, I have my fat burners on stock here. I use my nootropics when I get tired, like, little hint, hint, nudge, nudge. When the graphics go full screen, I take a scoop of this. And then also, if you guys are really just trying to, get a good workout in, the pre-workout. If you have a sweet tooth, this is like the sweetest, yet like it almost tastes like dessert. It tastes like a cheat meal, how good this protein honestly is. And with 30 grams of protein per scoop, it's absolutely incredible. So pandasupps.com, 40% off with promo code. You can either use Raider Nation or you can use WTF Raiders. Either one works for you at this point, because the guy who owns Panda Supps, he's a diehard Raiders fan. He was like, you know what, man? I want Raider Nation to feel well. I want them to feel a little bit better about the pick that happened today. But I get that fact as well. But again, it's code Raider Nation. So what I'm curious about is this, okay? So who would you have picked? I want you to comment that name below. Go down in the comment section and just be real with me. If you were on the clock at number 17, if you were the one making the picks here for the Raiders, who would you have gone with? It's pretty simple for me. I would have went Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Some people out there would say Trevon Merrick. Somebody's going to say Tevin Jenkins, Christian Darrisaw. It's all good. Is anybody out there honestly going to say Alex Leatherwood? I really don't believe so. Somebody's going to say Christian Barmore. Go down in the comment section right now and let me know, who would you have picked at pick number 17? All right, y'all, we're getting ready to get back into some of these Super Chats now. So basically what's going to happen is this. So Philip B says, got to smoke now since it's gone, 420. So it's not legal here in Texas, so I can't, unfortunately, do that. So we're going to get that off. All right, Bad Influence 94RS. Raider Nation loves to drink. There's no doubt about that. Raider Nation likes to get down. All right, we got Victor Avita. Why would you take another offensive lineman over him? He was the top-rated offensive lineman in the nation. Yeah, he wasn't, though. That's the issue. Like, he's a good offensive lineman. He wasn't even in my top 6. That's why I wouldn't have taken him. So, like, people can say what they want. People got mad at me for saying about Cleve, for Jonathan. Like, I have my rankings. We have our rankings here at Chat Sports. He wasn't a top 6 offensive tackle. It's as simple as that. Let's go to Jonathan. What up, my man? Maybe Tom Cable might see something in Leatherwood. We don't. It's definitely a reach. Love the show, Mitch. Yeah, I definitely think it's a little bit of a reach, but you're right. I was probably one of the hardest guys on Tom Cable, and out of context, that sounds kind of weird, but I'm with you. Like, maybe Cable sees something that we don't, and I have earned a lot more respect for Tom Cable and him being able to manage an offensive line. So we'll see what he can get done, but I'm hoping it's, for the good. Let's go to K Casino. All right. He's a good pick, just had to reach. I'm with you. Even NFL Network said Darrisaw only wanted to play left tackle. Well, if that's the case, like, that's fine. But even if, though, I still find it hard to believe that he would only want to play, like, one position. But if that's the case, then, we'll wish Darrisaw the best of luck. But if you're still looking for a right tackle, Tevin Jenkins is a better right tackle. And I still think it would have fit better with what we were trying to do than somebody like, an Alex Leatherwood. All right, y'all, so those are all the Super Chats that came across today, but this is the thing. I owe you guys a whole bunch of shots, and I owe you guys some beer chugs. So, Marshall, can anybody come in here and take a few shots with me for the $420 Super that we ended up getting? So, we got a $420 Super, and I'm not going to lie, I got to piss really bad, and I got to chug 5 beers. So, does anybody want to come on? Do you guys care if I have just, like, somebody sub in for me for, like, 30 seconds to a minute? You want to come on? All right, so this is what's going to happen. I need to pee really bad, and I got to shotgun 5 beers, and I got to take a few shots because of the Super Chats we came in. So this is what's going to happen. Chase Sr., he's going to come on the show for just, like, a minute. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'm going to take a pee. He's even going to shotgun a beer for you. This guy's ready to rock and roll. So this is what's going to happen. He's going to come on the show. I'm literally going to give you my headset. So He's going to talk to you guys for like a minute. If you have questions, don't be afraid to super chat him or talk to him. And I want you guys to take some shots and have a good time. But I got to pee, and then I'm going to drink some beers. All right, here you go, Chase. Come on in. Hang on a sec. Oh, wait. I didn't think this through. Hang on a sec. Didn't think it through.
All right, Raider Nation, what it do? Live here on the Raiders Report, and look, I mean, obviously Mitchell Renz gets down. I know Raiders fans get down because, as Mitch likes to say, there's only one nation. That is Raider Nation. And since we got to get down here on the Raiders Report, just going to do a quick shotgun. Gonna be clean with it. Okay.
Everybody spam Chase in the comments. Spam Chase.
All right. This is for Raider Nation. Marshall, get in here. Yeah.
Let's cheers it,
He's
brother.
taking the shot.
Good guy. No drip. No drip.
In only a couple of seconds, too. I mean, that's how we get down here at Chat Sports. I come in out of the bullpen, relief duty, and give the people what they want. So as Mitch goes and relieves himself, he has certainly earned it because he had to pee. I mean, my man has drank a lot. We come in relief duty, and here, boss man. Oh, I just did the shotgun. So I'm taking a shot too. Shotgun and a shot. See, we're here to make you feel better about the Alex Leatherwood selection in the first round. Marshall's joining the party as well. Yeah. All right. This is the boss man right here. Manscaped.
I shaved my balls with this right here.
That's it. The Lawnmower 3.0. Let's drink up, because that's what we do on the Raiders Report.
When my wife puts them in her mouth, they are clean. Cheers.
Clean. To the skin. Ah.
Manscaped.
Love y'all, Raider
Hey,
Nation.
promo code Raiders,
Appreciate you.
20% off, free shipping.
Yep. That's it. Thanks to our friends at Manscaped. Some of the best products out there. Look, hey, we're trying to make you laugh. We're trying to cheer you up because the Alex Leatherwood pick kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, a lot of people didn't see that pick coming. Once again, manscaped.com/Raiders, 20% off plus free shipping. And maybe, you can just groom yourself down low and get over the Alex Leatherwood selection. I know Mitchell Renz, in all seriousness, he was looking at Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He was looking at another linebacker, potential defensive player. And they go with offensive line. But I will tell you this, offensive line is a huge area of need for the Las Vegas Raiders, and we've seen them try to rebuild that unit throughout this entire offseason. So going with Alex Leatherwood, we know that John Gruden, Mike Mayock, really like to target players from premier programs and really like guys coming from Alabama and Ohio State. So they see some potential here with Alex Leatherwood, a guy who can play tackle. He can also play guard. In 2020, he only gave up 3 sacks. I love the experience that he has at Alabama because this is a guy who played in some of the biggest games, won a national championship. Also played against some elite competition all across the SEC. So I wouldn't be too bummed about Alex Leatherwood being the selection. Is this another beer that I have to drink? Why is that? Oh, 3 $20 super chats. Is this because the chats keep flowing in? Oh, Mitch is back. He relieved himself. He's back with 2, 4, 5 more Coronas, and he's about to go get the beer bong. Yeah, Raider Nation is just crazy. But I got mad respect for y'all. I mean, for a guy that comes from Philadelphia, I know what a passionate fan base is like. And I will tell you, Philadelphia Eagles fans, not as bad as what people make us out to be. Same thing with Raiders fans. I was at the NFL draft back in 2019 in Nashville. You know who represented the most of all fan bases across the NFL? It was teams like the Eagles and the Raiders. And those Raiders fans go hard. Appreciate that. So, super chat coming in from Brandon Reedon. Let's get to it, Jeremy. Everyone should be saying they would have taken Jock. It was perfectly set up. He's talking about Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Exactly what we wanted. He was right there. Defense is so much more important right now. I just don't get it. I agree with you. I think the Raiders should have gone defense. That's where I would have gone. I think a guy who can go sideline to sideline fills a much bigger need than an offensive lineman. But still, you build your team on the defensive and offensive lines, in my opinion. Going offensive line, offensive tackle fills a huge need for the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go to Kazar42. $20 super chat. Chance, take a shot for Raiders Nation. Did you mean Chase? My name is Chase, and if you're not familiar with me, it's all good. I just started here at Chat Sports a little while ago. I need some Fireball. One sec. I'm back, Kazar. I'm back to take a shot. Ripping it. We're balling out. I mean, people are loving it. I'm not Mitchell Renz, but you know. A shotgun and 2 shots in relief duty. You know, just doing what we do. All right. Appreciate y'all. I'm out. Here comes Mitch.
All right, y'all. Go give my man Chase Senior some love. He's on Twitter at Chase Senior, or Chase. Is it Chase _ Senior? Chase _ Senior. He's actually the only verified member here at Chat Sports, and it's not that I'm butthurt. A little bit butthurt, but it's okay. Chase, you also forgot your key, so if you want to get home tonight, there you go. So basically, this is what's going to happen, guys. I had 2 really, really big super chats that ended up coming in here, and I was like, all right, how can I figure out a way to make sure that you guys get your money's worth and how, make sure you guys are having a good time. So this is what's going to happen here. I have to take 5 beer bongs, okay? So I got my bong. I got my beers, okay? We got Coronas. And I'm going to do 5 Corona beer bongs. And we also got a $420 super chat. So basically, I'm going to do 5 beer bongs, make it 6. So it's going to be 6, and then I'm going to take a shot of Fireball. I hope that's enough, and if it's not, like, y'all are going to have to cart me out here. Now, remember, I got probably a 14, 15-hour day of work tomorrow, okay? So, like, just, you got to keep that in mind, all right? So just try not to hate on me too much here. But we got 1,359 people watching. Does that work for y'all? I want you to go ahead and like the video if it does, and if you can spam me, if it works for, I guess, me is the route I was going for. It sounds kind of weird, but, it is what it is now, but... let me take a shot of Fireball, and then the rule was this. Kirby, he was sending in some crazy super chats. So the first 421, if you could find that one for me, yeah, find me the 421. So the first one, this is a 420er from Jesus Olivia. Says, I understand and agree with how everyone feels about the pick, but the player didn't choose the pick, so we should show the new member some love. I'm with you that I am excited to have him as a team. Mate, right? But it still was a reach. Like, that's something we need to realize. So, Jesus, I owe you a few here, so give me a sec. And I'm also going to give you a beer chug. Robert Kirby, what's up, my man? So this is the guy who sent me a $500 super, but I wouldn't let him get through for whatever reason on YouTube, so he literally Venmo'd me $500, which is going to be the reason why I drank 5 beers here and shotgun them all. So have a beer for the nation. Bad influence 9-4. All right, so here's the rule. Okay, I have to drink all 5 of these. This is the deal that I made. I have to drink all 5 of these in less than 20 minutes, but I have to also chug them when I do in less than 10 seconds. So I don't know how much more drinking my body's going to be able to take, and if depending on how I feel after this, we'll see. I don't know. That's kind of the part of it. I feel bad for the new guys that today's like their first day at work here. Like, think about that. Like, this is your first day at work, and you're seeing some random douche just take a whole bunch of drinks. But that's how the nation gets down, and it's all good. All right, y'all. So I got 6 beers open. What scares me is I did 6 beers in 6 minutes before, and that was tough to do. And I was sober. I'm already, like, pretty drunk right now. So here we go. All right. Is there like a countdown timer or anything there, Jeremy?
Doesn't. So get your votes in the worst round 1 selection. Was it the Raiders? Well, they went weird again, taking Alex Leatherwood to be their new right tackle at pick number 17. I do like Leatherwood. I had better players on the board, though. Not a colossal reach. This is better than taking Cleveland Ferrell. This is better than taking Damon Arnett. But, oh boy, man, you had Jeremiah, Owusu-Koramoah, you had Tevin Jenkins, who are still there. Maybe there's something off the field, in which case, okay, different conversation. Leatherwood's a fine pick. It's nothing special. He will be a good football player. But I thought the Raiders could have gotten someone just a little bit better. Jamin Davis to the Washington football team. I'll give it a B-. Now, maybe you guys hadn't heard of him. He was a surprise round 1 pick for us here, though, at Chat Sports. He goes to Washington at number 19 overall, where they find a way to find a dynamic, potentially rangy, still needs work in coverage, off-ball linebacker, the type of player that Ron Rivera's had success with in the past. Kadarius Toney, and I went back and forth on this one here, trading down and getting a future first, and Dave Gettleman throwing up the double birds to everyone who said he would never do it. I give him credit for that one. I think Toney's at 20 is a bit of a reach, though. There is some off-the-field stuff that has to be vetted. Clearly, the Giants feel okay with it there. Here's my biggest point. This is not the guy for Jason Garrett. You might have to scheme for touches early for Kadarius Toney, which is fine. That's not exactly Jason Garrett's M.O. So I worry a little bit about Toney struggling early. Better OC might end up being okay. Kwity Paye, the pick at number 21 by the Indianapolis Colts. High upside player. The Colts have missed on these guys in the past. Kimoko Toure, Ben Banigou. I think he fits, though, with what Matt Eberflus wants to do on defense. Some inside-outside flex. They needed more pass rush help. And with the way the tackle board has fallen so far, they might get one, a starting caliber one, in round 2. Speaking of round 2, we will be live for it, and round 3 and all of day 3 as well. If you want every single pick broken down, none of that, we're going to do interviews on day 3, blah, blah, blah. Subscribe to us here at Chat Sports. Hit that big red button at youtube.com/chatsportstv. youtube.com/chatsportstv. All right, the Titans are up here. And this is a tough one for me. I love the upside of Caleb Farley. I'm going to give it a B+. And on the flip side, this might look dumb if his back is not healthy. But before his back surgery, his second one in his young life, I had Caleb Farley as my number 1 corner. He was my number 1 defensive player. He was that good. I love Caleb Farley. I absolutely love him. The back is a major red flag. If he's healthy, he's going to be a star. If he's not, it's going to end up being a bust. All right, the Vikings, back-to-back years, I love it. Christian Darrisaw, my number 15 overall player, slides all the way down to Minnesota, who traded down and still got a guy I would have minded if they took him in round 1. So great job, Minnesota. This is back-to-back years. I love what they have done in the draft. Hopefully there's no Jeff Gladney off the type of stuff there. But this was the third of my 3 A+ grades given out so far. All right, Najee Harris here. Now, we can debate the value of a running back if you want. I am fond of that. That's why it's not getting A grade for me here in the end. But if you want a focal point...
Dude, I don't know. Hang on, I'm back. Okay. Are we good? Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments if you can. All right, so basically what happened was, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. We've been drinking a lot, and we've been pushing some graphics around, so... you guys can type chug. So, Jeremy, I don't know if he hit a wrong button. I don't know if I hit a wrong button. You guys have been making us drink a lot, and so we hit the wrong button. Like, I was like, wait a minute, something's not adding up right here. So that's what you're gonna get, and it's just gonna be part of the show. So, again, we got all the beers here. We got them filled up, and I already got 1 Corona filled up here. I don't know if we could get the countdown. Was the countdown timer the reason why things went shit? I don't know. Oda House presents says Mitch threw up. I have not thrown up, but I probably will after some of these drinks here, but it's okay. So, do we have the countdown timer? We do. So this is what's going to happen. I just want to make sure that we're still live. We're good, right? We're good? If you guys... Oh, boy. if you guys could, go down in the comment section and type chug. Do you think I'm going to be able to drink it? So I got to do 6 beers, and I'm going to do it in under 10 minutes here. So Daniel S. says start. I see I'm going to start at 10 minutes exactly. So we got 15 seconds to be able to go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to get started. So we got DJS, Hank Moore, Peaches. What the F is that? This thing is a beer bong, but it's shaped like a mermaid, and since they don't want to sponsor the show, I can't unfortunately say who they are. All right, y'all, here we go. 6 Coronas in 10 minutes. Wish me the best of luck. You have producer Mike? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Jeremy go in the background and talk to you while I'm chugging my beers. So if you guys hear a voice in the background, it's Jeremy.
This is Mitch's inner conscience.
Keep going. So where can they find you on Twitter and Instagram?
You can find me on Twitter at JIBeedling, J-I-B as in boy, E-A-D-L-I-N-G. I'm putting it in the chat right now. Great follow on Twitter. I got some great sports takes. I gotta say, after joining Chat Sports, after joining the Raiders Report, I can truly say that I bleed silver and black. I mean, the Raiders moving to Las Vegas. I love to gamble, bet US. And if you're with us right now and you're bleeding silver and black, you're part of the nation and you're part of this Chat Sports Raiders Report nation. And we all appreciate you. We all love you. This is one of our favorite. This is my favorite show to do. Not just because of the smile you see on Mitch's face right now, but because of all of you here in the comments spamming yes, chug. I mean, y'all are some of the best fans out of any sports organization in the nation.
Y'all are pretty wild. There's no doubt about that. So, Juan Fall says, "How drunk is Mitch?" After these, I'm gonna be probably the most drunk I've ever been on any Raider show. Excuse me. So, what's gonna happen also is if you guys want your questions answered, continue to use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat. It's gonna be the easiest way. And then if you get a half-assed Mitch tomorrow, just know that y'all did it to me. So, all right, I got 7 minutes and 55 seconds to finish 4 beers. Oh, I honestly don't know. I don't know.
All right, everybody spam chug in the chat again. I want y'all to also put who y'all want the Raiders to draft tomorrow, rounds 2 and 3. Who are your ideal targets? Put it in the chat right now. Let us know. We're going to be making some more videos for y'all over the next couple days. So let us know who do you want to draft, Raiders Nation? Who do y'all want to see come across that stage or
picks? What is it? It's picks 48, 79, and 80. So we're going to be live tomorrow for the 3rd round, which is going to be pick 79 and pick 80. I mean, the fact that Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is still on the board, it's definitely somebody that I would love to be able to get, but I can't sit here and say that I think he's going to be there just simply because he's a first-round talent in my opinion, and it blows my mind that he is still on the board. But you know, we'll see what ends up happening here. So I got 6 minutes and 50 seconds here. A lot of jocks are coming in. I got Gabe. He's gonna go with chug. Over 1,000 people watching now, which kind of makes me laugh that we were at like 700, and all I've done the last few minutes is just chug some beers. And Jeremy and I, we've just been talking Raiders. But the reason why we call him Jeremy Chugs is because the very, very first Raiders report he ever came on, very first day at work here, he shotgunned a beer, and I don't know if it beat what's his name? Chase's. That's his name.
Not Chance.
Chase's time, but it was damn close, and it was impressive. So, everyone give Jeremy some love here. Thank you for making my night from Milliard Harris. Appreciate you. Nathan says, I can't hear. And then Sergio says, chug. If we get any other super chats come in, what do we got? We got Philip B, Peaches, Mitch and Chase look like stepbrothers. Am I the better one? You can call me Dragon. Kazar says, put the fireball shot in the last beer bong. Okay. Mayock is live right now. Please show us what he is saying. I don't even want to know what Mayock is saying. He's kind of pissing me off right now. So give me a sec here.
The only way to ease our pain is to drink. Yeah, OA, I feel that. I do feel that.
So I had a $420 super chat come in. and you guys don't see it on screen, but I had a $500 Venmo come in, which basically means why you're seeing me do 6 Coronas here. So
he wants it on screen for the countdown of him drinking.
yeah, it's okay. Panda subs.
Panda subs.
Yep. All right, so 974 people watching. We got Mayock is live right now. I want to give some shout-outs to Maiden Life, says fake beer. No, it's Corona. Excuse me. It's Corona. So, but I mean, I'm actually like pretty good at chugging beers, and if anybody ever, sees me at a tailgate or whatnot, beer is something that I can do. Shots is something that I'm okay with as well, but like longevity drinking can't do. Like if you were asking me to drink like an entire case of beer and throughout an entire day, couldn't do it. But like in a short amount of time, I'm okay. I also know this. The end of my day is very, very close, and I got 2 more beers to drink, and then I'm basically done, and then I can eat some pizza, and I can pass the F out, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm not going to lie to you. But I also did a beer challenge a few years, or probably about 2 years ago at this point. It was 84 beers in 6 minutes. It technically was 7 beers. You guys can go check it out on the channel. I said if the Raiders trade for Antonio Brown, I would end up doing it, which is kind of like how like these drinking things started. And then I also did one that was like 6 beers in 6 minutes because people here at Chat Sports were like, nah, like there's no way you can end up doing that. But we did. It's because Raider Nation likes to get down. So, all right, Irvin Rivers says, all we know is pain. Try Modelo's next time. I like Modelo's. However, Corona for me is a lot easier of a beer to chug. And for whatever reason, that's just kind of how it is. Henry Pena, what up, my man? Best Raider show from Gabe. Much love to you. Mitch, say Joke's full name. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. If you ask me to spell it, I'm simply going to say I can't. All right, we got 2 more to go, like 3 minutes, 21 seconds left.
All right, well, Mitch downs this one. I want everybody to spam the comments. Tell us what your favorite drink is. Be whatever beer you like, what your drink of choice is. Let us know. What is your favorite drink? You got Modelo's, 805s.
805s are good.
Let's see. What does Raider Nation like to drink?
I think Raider Nation's more Modelo's. See, there's a Raiders bar here in Dallas, Texas, and the official beer of that Raiders group is 805, which I believe is from Santa Maria area. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the 805 brand is a very, very good beer, which I'm hoping one day I can actually. So if you guys don't know, I love craft beer, and I love being able to go to like different areas, checking out like different kinds of, places where people like to drink and have a good time and whatnot. But 805 is definitely a place that I would love to be able to get down and have a good time with. Also, all the beers that y'all are seeing are from Jesus and from Ronald Kirby. So shout out to the super chats that I got earlier today. And I am on my last beer, and I got 2 minutes and 17 seconds to be able to drink it. Hang on a sec. I mean, there you go. So, got a bunch of empties. Oh, man, I'm bloated as AF right now. If Bloated AF was a sponsor, they'd be the sponsor of the Raiders Report right now. And I hope Autumn Abyss is okay with me drinking all this beer in there. Oh, I know. I'm sorry for everyone listening at home right now. This is not what we normally do, but sometimes, you got to do what you got to do. It's all good. Somebody said Four Locos. Dude, I haven't had Four Locos since college.
The gold Four Loco?
So where I used to live in New Jersey, again, guys, I went to college in New Jersey where the original Four Locos, like, they were illegal. Like, there was a point where you could buy them, and then they went illegal. Like, I remember in college drinking, like, the Four Locos that you should not have been drinking. That's a throwback for me. But I don't think Mitch knows football, from Dick Vitale. Right now, I don't know if my football analysis would be that great right now, but in terms of overall ability, I don't think you can get a YouTube channel with 77,000 people and then another YouTube channel with over 240,000 people if you don't know football. But hey, what do I know? All right, we got rubbing alcohol from Steve Munoz. I drink Four Locos on the daily. Is that like all the time you do? Like, that's like the drink I want to get, like, when I want to get wild, when I want to get crazy. Thrash says, I haven't had Four Locos since high school. Just say rest easy to G-Town Raider super fan from New Mexico. Rest easy to G-Town Raider. I actually saw that on my Facebook the other day that he unfortunately passed away. So I want everyone to type RIP to G-Town Raider. I don't know if I had the opportunity to meet him in New Mexico, but I know there's a lot of diehard fans out there in New Mexico. But, all right, guys, 15 seconds. Here we go.
There we go. Down the hatch. Beautiful. Beautiful job.
God. And the time is out. All right, y'all. So that was 6 beers in 10 minutes after just an entire night of drinking. And that's because of amazing, amazing people like Jesus. And it's because of a guy like Mercedes Renz. I want to give a shout out to Robert Kirby. I mean, Robert Kirby, he was the MVP at tonight's show. And if anybody wants to know, like, you know, how wild tonight got, here's my boss, James.
Hey, when we do that, when's the recap or the grades? When did that happen? How long ago? About
40 minutes?
40 minutes ago?
30 minutes?
How long did it last? Was it a full screen to start?
Yeah.
Hey, 40% off. Code WTF Raiders. PandaSups.com.
All right, so that's my boss, James. That's the guy who makes these shows actually possible. So, like, when I'm always like, hey, my boss is mad at me or, like, this and that, like, that's James. So as long as he's still happy, we can still keep this show rocking and rolling. So we got 993 people watching. This is what's going to happen here. So if the Super Chats keep coming in, God, I'll stay live, and I'll answer some more questions. If not, I'm gonna head out of here and get some food in my belly. But if you guys haven't already, if you want to have something better to drink than beer, hang on. Okay. Go to pandasups.com and use code WTF Raiders for 40% off. If you're looking for some high-quality protein, if you're looking for some nootropics here, which are like, I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. If you're really trying to get wired, if you're a gamer, if you're, I don't know, in school, you're studying, if you're just really trying to stay focused at work, it's like steroids for your brain. But I don't want that to sound bad. Like, it's going to, like, lock you into what you're doing, and you're just going to be able to, you know, get through your work. It's super, super strong caffeine. Plus, if you guys want some pre-workout, like, I'm probably going to have to go to the gym tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to need some pre-workout. And if you want to burn some fat, the best products on the market right now are their fat burners. So go to pandasups.com, use code WTF Raiders for 20% off. All right, y'all, so we got some Super Chats coming in here. I'm going to start giving some shout-outs here because I saw we just got another one. Drank one more for show. I think that's what that says, right? Drank one more for show. Is that Chevy Silver Raider? I don't know if you're saying, like, I drank one more beer than what I needed to, but it's what I wanted to end up doing. So what do we got? We got another Super Chat actually coming in from Josh Smith. Victor Four said, Mayock said they had an offer to go down. If they had an offer to trade down and still took Alex Leatherwood, it's very, very disappointing on their part. It's just, I think, like it's just not them having a good ability of, you know, being a see talent here and there. And if you have an opportunity to get more picks, like, you could have done it. Because let's face it, if they would have traded down, you get more draft capital, you still could have got a guy like Alex Leatherwood. So if that's true, I'm actually very disappointed in this Raiders organization. But, you know, at this point, I don't really know what I can say. Super chat coming in from Alfredo Robles. I want you to drink more. The issue is this, like, I still have a long day tomorrow, and I have a really long day as well on Saturday. So I don't know if I'm going to say I'm done, but if no more questions come in here, I am going to wrap it up here. We're going to get some other stuff going on here on today's show. But we set some records. So we set the record for the most the highest Super Chat show in Chat Sports Raiders Report history. We had the biggest Super Chats in Raiders Report history. We did it like 3 or 4 different times. So the first biggest one was Ronald Kirby. He sent in $305 super. Like, that's amazing to me. And then Mercedes Renz was like, hold my beer. I'm going to throw in a $400 super chat, the new highest. And then Jesus Avilia said, okay, $420. Let's get, you know, wild. And then Ronald Kirby sent in another $500, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't let him get it on YouTube. So he just Venmo'd it to me. But, like, a lot of Venmos and a lot of super chats on today's show. Let's go to Josh Smith. He said on his live they had an offer but needed an offensive tackle. They did need an offensive tackle. but at the end of the day, man, it's that's pretty frustrating now that I'm hearing that. So what you guys can expect tomorrow is I'm actually going to be live on our NFL draft coverage on Chat Sports. So if you guys haven't already, please go and subscribe. It's at this link right here. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. We're going to be live for rounds 2 and round 3, and I'm also going to be live here on the Raiders Report. So keep that in mind. The link is below, youtube.com/Raiders Report, where we're going to be live, I believe, for picks 79 and 80. If the Raiders decide to trade up or if they just decide to make a few moves, then I'll come on a little bit earlier here. But if you guys want some more analysis, please subscribe, join the show, and I want you to forget. And we're also going to be live on Saturday as well, rounds 4 to 7, where I'm going to be live during rounds 5, I believe, is how it's going to end up working out here. So I got to get out of here. I got a burp. And I got a lot of burps coming in. Got a few more super chats coming in here, and I'll give some shout-outs. Wow, it's a lot to bring in. Flash some memories before you go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to flash you guys anything, but no, I'm not going to do it. All right, so Autumn Abyss, this is from the guys who's sponsoring the show right now. Hey, fam, $5 for some aspirin. Well, hopefully you had a good time watching the show, and if anybody out there likes this t-shirt that I'm wearing here, but I also want you to go out and check out their Tom Flores hoodie. I want you to check out their Bo Jackson t-shirt. I want you to check out all their amazing gear, because this company is different, like in terms of they don't only like to, sell good products. They like to give back to the nation. So, a portion of the proceeds go to like the Tom Flores Foundation. A portion of the proceeds go to help kids in Oakland, get better, sporting events or better education. Like, these guys do a lot of amazing things. So go ahead and support Autumn Abyss at autumnabyss.com. All right, y'all. So I'm getting ready to head out here. I know I'm kind of throwing in the white towel right now. But again, the NFL draft, we're going to be live tomorrow, rounds 2 and 3 starting at Friday 6 p.m. Eastern time. So it's going to be 5 p.m. Central, which I believe is 3 p.m. Center Pacific time, which is most of y'all's time out there. But again, go ahead. Check us out. I'd really, really appreciate it. And hopefully everyone has the rest of their good night. And if anybody hasn't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report. Today was a wild day, but I'm hoping for a little bit better of day 2 tomorrow. All right, Raider Nation, I love you. I'm heading out.